Julie got new shirts.
I had new shirts made with our new logo that we'll use temporarily here and there, right?
When we want to work with Disney.
Yes.
That's
plain and simple.
Plain and simple. When we want to work with Disney.
But yeah, I think they turned out really nice. I like the background color of it.
So far, 3 people are going. We're going to be seeing 3 people at this pin event. They didn't sell many tickets. Oh, wait, they sold out, didn't they? So, oh, yes. It's Thor and Fancy are on the shirts.
Yes.
And Julie. So, I'm one of the 3. You are one of the 3, Shimer.
You can write that in the regular chat.
You can put that in the regular chat,
yes,
Please.
Hello from Animal Kingdom.
Ooh,
At least not Hollywood. Hollywood's better.
Hollywood's better than Animal Kingdom. Our least, one thing you will learn about us, our least favorite park is Animal Kingdom.
Yes. It's just hot there.
It's too hot.
And there's not a lot to do.
No.
It's just not.
They could add rides. Rides are fun.
All right, first giveaway is up and running. If you have a U.S. address, you can get in on that giveaway. Just click it and enter. So
10 people are going to be there.
10.
Including us, 13.
Yes.
13.
Talk about stressful, though. This was a stressful week.
I mean,
for pins and
there was so many drops. That's my number one thing is they dropped everything.
Yes.
Within the matter of a week, and it's just I get it to a point, but why? Why did we have to drop everything in the same week?
Really, really fast before Richard starts getting into too much of a talk.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
In the bite.
I don't know anyone from Brecksville.
If you click on the little house button, if you're new here, click on that little house button. That takes you to the shop. We have a buy now section. We like to call that the bin, the buy it now. There are a ton of pins in there. I added a whole bunch of stuff. People are already attacking it with offers. The offers are on for most of the things that are in there. So take a look at that while he's talking. You should still be able to see him in the corner if you want to watch him, but...
We'll talk about that. I'm making a list. So if you're asking a question, that's a good topic of discussion. Best advice going to their first Disney pin event. So.
Yes, as soon as we got our tickets, I went straight for the flights because I did not want to miss out on other people getting flights, and then I didn't get a flight. So, because we have 3 of us coming, so it's Richard and me. Hi, I'm Julie. If you've not been here before, and then our youngest Evelyn is going to be coming. So, I'm excited. We were not hopeful that we were going to get tickets to this either, you guys. We talked about it on Tuesday's show, and honestly, after the fiasco of the D23 ticket drop, and Richard was 1 minute away from getting into the actual thing to get the tickets, it's sold out. And there's no wait list. So that was a big bummer. So thinking of how big of an event that is, and then this Disneyland one should actually be a smaller type of event. Mm-hmm. We really did not have high hopes for it. But we had 2 devices that had... just under, it was 380, I think was our highest one. And then we had another one that was 20 or 40 under that. So I guess we got lucky, but we didn't know how many tickets they were selling. D23 sold out in 17 minutes. And the Disneyland event sold out in 43.
Yes. So somebody's asking that's new. Is your shipping combined if they buy something from the bin?
It's all by weight. So it's going to get shipped together. You'll be able to see what it is for your first shipping. You'll be able to see it, and then you'll be able to click on the button.
It's 4 something.
It'll tell you each time.
And then you basically,
and it'll be 0.
Since it's 0 to 1 ounces, you have to basically buy 4 or 5 pins to hit the next level after you've paid that first level. That's the easiest way to put it for that. You guys pulled. Oh, I put it back on me. You guys pulled a lot of pins. So we have a lot of pins pulled for tonight, which is fun. So we will start with the pulled pins. And then when we get done with that, we will do what's called show and sell. Mm-hmm. So there is a lot of pins. This was Red Binder Guy / Ursula collection we bought / another collection we bought / nice old lady / collection I picked up from coworker.
Yeah.
That's literally, it's a mix of all of it. But mostly Red Binder Guy. A lot of the stuff for Red Binder Guy will be today and also on Sunday. Sunday we have the same amount of pins we showed today. We will be showing Sunday as an opportunity to pick. We also, Julie, can I show them something? I'm not going to open anything. This came today. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. This is more pins. I have a problem. This is more pins. So this is what we're going to call we're targeting everybody who's watching the show and a lot of people that aren't watching the show box. Mm-hmm. So this is going to target everyone.
It's quite heavy.
Pretty much everyone. Plus then I think on Monday, giveaway number 1's already running.
Jenna Bach, congratulations.
Congratulations. If you win a giveaway, we will pay for your shipping if you make a purchase directly after that. If you purchase something and then win a giveaway, we don't pay for your shipping.
Somebody asked what tier we got for Disneyland.
Whatever
we got the second one.
Yeah, there's the. I hate to say
one,
this.
But...
That top one.
Yeah.
It ain't it. You get 6 chances on the boards instead of 4, and their description of the 2 more chances that you get are special boards that have limited editions and like mini jumbos on them. Mm-hmm. Are you telling me the boards that I'm picking on for the other 4 are not going to have limited editions? Mm-hmm. Walt Disney World boards all have limited editions. I don't like that at all. That was something I was like, if I don't get it, I don't get it. I have no ambition one way or the other.
We are originally from the Cleveland area, so yes, we are fans. And we are going to be having a pin event in Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio, yes, next year.
Next year, and we'll have details as soon as we get that squared away.
So we will be having a pin event in Cleveland. So a lot of interest. We had a lot of interest, and then I mentioned about people splitting tables and doing half tables, and that opened up the floodgates of where people were like, well,
makes it a little bit more possible,
$25 to do half a table. We already hit it.
Yep, we got one. So Rainy, make sure you hit that little circle up at the top. You have a coupon waiting for you, but you have to redeem it. So click on that.
Yeah, I mean I'll let you know the Funnable package. Also, I was talking to GoPin Pro. They got the Funnable package also. They had 47 people on devices. Yeah. So I feel good. I feel good that I got the Funnable package because they had a lot.
Yes, we weren't going for the higher one though. Either way, we were only going to go for the Funnable. So.
I was going to go for the Funnable no matter what. The other one I didn't see the value in it. Even if you're getting additional pins or something like that, it really has to be something to make it worthwhile. Now, they could have WDI stuff on these boards. They used to have WDI stuff on the boards. They have not had WDI stuff since coming back from the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So is there a chance that there's WDI stuff since it's in California? I think there's a really good chance you could see something like that, or DEC pins on the boards, because they are supposed to be on the boards. They used to always be on the boards, but since pandemic, they haven't been on the boards. So I think that would make it. I mean, that right there would make it worthwhile. If you're getting APs and PPs of WDI pins, thumbs up.
I know, that'd be great.
Be great.
So
watch, they'll have 4 total boards.
Oh no.
And they will not refresh them at all. DSSH, no. They will not have DSSH. DSSH is its own entity. So DSSH is not they're with the Disney company, but they're not technically. DSSH runs their own events on property where you can buy tickets and go there. It's $300 for a dinner. $200, $100, whatever. It's expensive, but it's a dinner and you get to go through the line and trade for pins. And they're all APs and PPs of the DSSH pins. So
It's a new collection of Lion King or Brother Bear grails.
Guys, this is all I know. So I have this box, which targets a lot of people. Julie, do I have another box coming?
We should be getting Nebraska Ladies box tomorrow or Monday.
Nebraska Lady sent me a description of what's in the box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? So this is the thing. Nebraska Lady told me what's coming. And it's quite interesting because she's like, I'm sending you this gigantic box. This is what's in it. I'm like, that wouldn't fill a whole box. And then she said to me, oh, plus there's a ton of WDI and DEC and auction pins in there also. I was like, you could have led with that. Like, you could have led with that.
That'll be fun.
This lady's been collecting forever. Pieces of history. She told me for sure pieces of history. I don't know what, but she has every single piece of history pin that's ever been made. So
she's gone to like all of the pin events.
She's gone to every single pin event since they started. She's been in pin trading since the beginning. And she's got a ton of stuff. So like just so much stuff, it's ridiculous.
She's also the one that has the Tiny Kingdom sets. So we'll see if that's coming in this box or if that's a future thing. Tracy, congrats. You got the second giveaway.
Jocelyn said it glitched.
What glitch?
When she was doing her checkout for the tickets.
Oh no.
That stinks.
I saw somebody in the group said that.
I had a couple people say that, so.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to open some of this stuff up. The only problem is you guys gotta buy pins so I can like put new pins out. So that's how this works. So we're gonna run a whole bunch of pins tonight that you guys selected at a 10% discount, and then
we're on the third.
We'll go from there
right now. So let's do the usual stuff.
And third giveaway already?
Yeah, this is the third giveaway.
Cheese and crackers. Okay. So, if you guys didn't know this, we're the owners, the CEOs, whatever you want to call it. We created Pin Trading Disney on Facebook. The best Facebook pin group that there is. Good news about that, Julie? 82,900?
Yeah,
ish. It's right around there. We're almost at 83,000 people in the group. We had 1,800 people join last week. Mm-hmm. I think it's more. Grace, it could be more. That was the last time I remember looking at it. But when 1,800 people are joining in 7 days, you're having multiple hundreds of people joining every day.
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have. On Instagram, I am the Figment guy. I post, and then Miss Biggs did. I thank you for that. I appreciate you. Miss Biggs went and said, "I'm loving your educational videos. I'm learning a lot." Nice. So that's what it's about, guys. I'm not doing I'm not sitting here. I'll be honest. Do you think I want to film videos about how to fill out RSPs? I'm pretty sure I can find funner content to make. But guess what? People are going to have those questions. So it's good to have that. See some fragment here. So 82.3. So past that, Julie is the Figment guy's wife. On TikTok, I am the Figment guy. On YouTube, I am the Figment guy. On PinPix, trusted seller, the Figment guy. On May 17th, we have a free pin event here in Orlando. Julie. How much does it cost to get into this event?
Completely free.
How much does it cost to park at this event?
Completely free.
No money whatsoever.
No money. Just come and enjoy.
So the good thing I will tell you is that I'm liking, everyone seems to be very excited about May 17th. So if you're coming, I hope to see you guys. We are a month away from the event. Yeah. Fins and Pins, Pinning Magic, Pins Collecting, Kenny Pins, Pinning Ghost, and Thanos' Right Pins are all featured vendors. That helps us keep it free for you guys. I want to keep these events absolutely free. I don't want to charge you a penny to walk through the door, because if you're charging people, your table should cover your cost. If you're charging people to come into your pin event, you're just in it for the money. Save the dates, guys. May 17th is the next event. After that, July 5th, September 6th, and November 8th. So the good news is that, like we said, the Ohio event will not be till July of 2026,
Yes.
but that is coming down the pipeline. We're finalizing things on that to kind of move forward with that and get an idea. I think the good news is, since it's a year away, we are really like,
everyone can plan for it.
everyone
plan
can
ahead.
plan way ahead. I think there's a lot of, if you're driving in, whatever it may be,
Yeah.
you have a lot of options. So that's the good news. We're also going to see if we can work with some of the resorts that are on property, because if I think we mentioned in the last show, no spoiler alerts here. We're going to have it at a place called Great Northern Mall. I actually worked at the Sears store there as a store manager.
We haven't started selling for Ohio yet. We still have to book it.
No,
we're just excited to share the information with you.
We will. It's coming down the pipeline. We have the interest to do it. So that was step one. Step two now is to book it, and we have room at this place to expand. And since it's a year away, if we sell 60 tables, we can do 60 tables. If people want to join last minute, they can join last minute pretty much with this. There's a lot of options. We have, it's a mall. We can literally do a gigantic event as big as we kind of want to go. So that's the good news.
Yes. There was a bunch of people asking if we were going to be going to the after event after the Disneyland event.
No.
And unfortunately, we're flying out that morning,
Sunday morning.
Because my parents are actually staying in Ohio here, or from Ohio. They're staying down here.
Julie likes to book us to leave on Sunday mornings.
I'm sorry.
When things are still going on Sunday.
I know.
So
I did that last time too.
Yeah, D23, we left on a Sunday morning when they were still doing pins.
Yeah.
So that will never happen again.
Yeah.
If the kids got to miss school, the kids got to miss school.
Till Emily, congratulations, you got that third giveaway.
There's events being held in California.
We don't have any details on it.
I don't have any details. None of them have approached me about coming or any of that stuff.
We're probably not going to bring
to promote it. So
I think we're going to be going to Disneyland when we're not at the event.
I don't see a reason to bring Trader Books. I'll be 1,000% honest. For me to lug Trader Books to then take a whole bunch of them, it doesn't. I'm going to be on Indiana Jones. So if you guys
excited to visit the parks again.
Like, I'll be breaking my back on Goofy Sky School. I promised I would never go on that again, but hell, you never know. You only live once, right? YOLO.
Another video.
Yeah, need another video of that.
All right, let's talk about how we're doing this tonight. There's some new people here.
If you're brand new, you hopefully already circled pins. If you didn't, you're here to basically...
You can bid on stuff.
Bid on stuff also.
Yep.
Just because somebody requested it doesn't mean that they get the pin. Because I hate to tell you this, you're not the only one that requested that pin.
In most cases.
In a lot of cases, there were multiple people that requested those pins. So we're going to show the pin. We're going to start the auction at the discounted price. At the very bottom, there's a little swipe button you can swipe to...
Yeah, it'll pop up when the auction...
To bid on it. We're going to go through everything that was pulled. That is exactly what... So I tell you, if you're not pulling stuff, you got to wait for it. So if you want it, get in on it early. It's almost always at 10 o'clock on Friday Eastern Standard Time. So you kind of know when it's going to be posted. Past that, when we finish up, we'll do show and sell, which is where if you make reasonable offer, we might even go more discount than the 10%. So that's how this works. I hope you guys have a good time. Please keep the chat going, because as long as the chat's going, me and Julie, I got questions about Disneyland for you guys, because we did a lot of cool stuff at Disneyland, but there's stuff we didn't do, and I need your opinions, because I've only been to Disneyland like 3 times, and Julie's been once. So we'll talk to you guys a lot about that.
But also, when it comes to the auctions, though, please make sure you don't outbid yourself.
Yes.
You're going to be able to see who has the lead. So if you see your name, don't keep bidding. And to bid, it's not actually touching the button. It's actually swiping right. So
just remember, if you are winning the auction, you have no reason to bid. Somebody's going to steal it from you. It's going to bounce up to 5 seconds. Then you can steal it from them. That is the most important thing I will say. If you pulled pins in the very last end down here, or you put pictures in, and I told you, the last 6 people that pulled pins, besides Cole Seamovar, I I pulled some stuff for Cole at the very end. It's up here. The stuff you wanted was not back there. It's up here. So don't be jumping around. If you want a pin, don't come in 40 minutes after I ran it and be like, did you run that pin? Yeah, it's gone, man. Okay. Limited edition of 2000, the Magic of Honor. This was a Walt Disney World exclusive set. Enchanted Tiki Room, $40. Normally, we're going to start that at $36. I see a fragment here there.
All right. So the first one's running. So you'll see at the very bottom, if you want to place a bid, you're going to swipe right. And you can see that Teresa currently is in the lead. JD's in the lead. So that's how you can tell if you're in the lead so you don't outbid yourself.
So then once it's,
once the time runs out, if nobody is bidding anymore, time will keep adding every time you bid. 5 seconds will get added. But yeah, once everyone's done bidding, that's the price it goes for. And JD, you got it.
Congratulations, Jocelyn. Limited edition of 1,000. So Pin Trading Nights is coming up. And they actually have some of these Pin Trading Night pins are going to be available at that Pin Trading Night. So I'm excited about that. Yeah. These are limited edition of 1,000. You could only get them at the Pin Trading Night event. Limited edition of 1,000, $27 is what we're going to start that at. Yep.
That's a very good question, Vintage. We actually run very structured shows. So we kind of let you guys know what we're doing, and what you want us to run is what you tell us on Instagram and on Facebook page. So everything's already been pulled. Everything that hasn't been pulled,
congratulations,
Jocelyn, is going to be run after this.
So I will show this really quick. So you guys see behind, these are all limited edition books. These are all pins down. These are all boards full of pins down here. There's pins off to the side. We have 70,000 pins in inventory. I would love to take requests and fill requests for you all night long. But there is no way.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Happy birthday, Mike. I talked to Mike earlier today. But yeah, so the main thing I will tell you is that we have 70,000 pins in stock. Do I have the characters you're looking for? Yes. Am I going to be able to show it in this show tonight? That's a hard no.
Yeah. Unless it's already pulled.
Unless it's already pulled for the show.
You'd have to look at Instagram, and you'd have to look at the Facebook group.
Limited edition of 4,000. It was funny because a nice old lady had this, and then Red Binder guy had it this week. The Gift of Beauty, the Gift of Song, and the Gift of True Love. Limited edition of 4,000. That is going to be a $35. Normally, we're going to run it at $31.
And we got one fragment here that came through. Oh. So if you do hit one of our tiers, make sure you hit your little circle up at the top, because there's a coupon in there. You have to redeem it before you make a purchase.
And if you're brand new here and you want to buy something in the buy it now, Julie has trader packs.
JD Elderton.
Congrats, with 5 pins. And there's a whole bunch of different stuff in there. So even if you're going through and it's not a character you're looking for or anything, or even if you're just listening while you're in the buy it now, like, oh, I'm looking for just Beauty and the Beast, and I say Beauty and the Beast, then you kind of know you can jump back in. Limited edition of 4,000. Happy Halloween. It is Marie and her 2 brothers, Toulouse and Berlioz. 30 normally. We're going to run that at 27.
All right, so as a pass holder, do you get notified about when pin events are going on sale?
No.
I feel like I never know about them.
No.
Yeah, you kind of just have to keep an eye on the events page, or just you have to follow certain people in order to hear about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, there is no like sign up for a newsletter and get notified. I wish there was, because that would actually be like a lot easier.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because there was the Pin Trading Nights. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that was dropping.
No, that was a surprise. And it was one of those things where I got very lucky that I knew about it early. And I went and I bought my tickets before I posted about it. Because I knew the moment I posted about it, 75,000 people would jump in there. Limited edition of 1,000 from Food and Wine Festival. $50. We're going to run that at $45. Beautiful, big, heavy pin. That is a heavy pin.
I mean, even for the D23 pop-up shop, that was just like, boom, there it is.
Yeah, pop-up shop was there. And I told Julie, are you buying, like, did you get a time for this?
I didn't know what he was talking about. So by the time I got to it, 11 o'clock was the first time
I think when if I would have just bought them, we would have had a time. I'm not kidding you. We would have had a time around like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I should have just bought it.
Because I didn't know about it. I was surprised when he was like, "There's an event."
That is one of those things where when you do see stuff like that pop up,
jump on it.
You jump on it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Taylor, congratulations. Limited edition of 2000 Windows of Magic on the original card. So
this boy was a popular pick.
So I'll tell you, this was a very popular, and the reason I priced these very nice, because the big thing I will say, fancy. Jeez, I'm trying to run a show here. But like on these, as you guys know, they have fake these. So you want them on the card. That's the number one thing I always say on these is like you definitely want these on the card because this became a big set that they were heavily faking.
Mm-hmm.
If you go onto eBay, you'll see a ton of them without cards. I would steer clear of every single one of them that doesn't have a card. Normally 40. We're gonna run this at $36. That's a heck of a deal.
There it goes.
Yeah, this is one of those sets that was just it was heavily faked, and I've always said if it's did the NBC El Capitan did not make the cut. Nobody picked it. If you'd like me to pull it, I can put it at the end, Empress. Just let me know. Okay.
Kappa.
And so, like what Empress just did, Empress asked, did a pin make the cut? Julie and I pulled the pins so we can kind of tell you what got pulled and what didn't get pulled. So if you're looking at the pictures on eBay, don't look at the pictures on eBay. Don't go on eBay.
We're not there.
But if you go on Pin Trading Disney or you go on my Instagram and look at my stories, we can basically go ahead and look at it. The Dalmatians from the same Windows and Magic series, $30. Normally we're going to run that at $27. Actually, do you want me to, Empress, do you want me to run it right now? I'll just run it next.
We definitely don't want to tag you if you're...
I don't want, yeah, if you're doing, I don't want to, yeah, we'll run it next for you. Don't worry about that.
Congrats, Kappa. And we did get a couple of fragments here.
Oh, we did. I just saw. Okay.
Scream that goat.
And if you're wondering why we have a screaming goat, we like to shout at you from the rooftops. And the way that we do that is with a goat. Because why not?
Why not?
On Whatnot. Limited edition of 400 El Capitan. We had two El Capitan marquee pins. This one and Beauty and the Beast, and both were pulled for tonight. 140, so we're going to take $14 off. We're going to run this at 126.
Christine, the pop-up shop that we went to last Saturday, I want to say it was like $17 a person, something.
It wasn't bad. I mean,
it wasn't expensive. I think I paid like $36 or $38 total.
Empress, great Grail grab there. Great Grail grab. Don't say that Don't say that three times fast. Good, TM.
Great Grail grab.
And if somebody else, if somebody else has already has that, like has been saying that, you heard it here first. So it's Julie. It's the gummy bears.
They're bouncing here. They're bouncing.
They're bouncing everywhere. Gummy bears.
I got it.
So $18 on the beautiful gummy bears.
What is El Capitan?
El Capitan is actually where in California it's a theater that Disney has actually premiered almost all of their cartoons. Every single one from Snow White all the way back to Snow White. So they have like the El Capitan theater is next to the
Becca said it's in California,
right next to the DSSH. Yep.
Yeah. So, but they make really nice pins.
They do, and when they do those pins, those jumbo pins, those are the ones. I mean, my favorite pins in today's show might be the Park Cruiser pins because they're just. It's just an interesting series. Yes. And I'm excited for that.
They did get split up, so they're not getting.
They're not all by together, but they're coming. Ellie of 4000. This was from the same series as the Marie and her brothers. Chip and Dale, Donald. 30. We're gonna run that at 27.
Which park did you guys prefer in Cali?
Disneyland. Actual Disneyland was
when we went to California Adventure. There was a lot of rides that were like
they kept shutting down. So we bought Lightning Lane for that day.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff.
It was kind of a waste a little bit.
Oh, the paintbrush moves. It would have sold for more money.
Dumbo Lover.
There you go, Dumbo Lover. Limited edition of 4000. I love this pop-up book series. The outside is nice, but then you get on the inside, it's nice pin on pin. $35 normally. We're gonna run that at 31 bucks. I mean, I liked it. California Adventure was definitely a nice park. I enjoyed my time there, but Disneyland is Disneyland, guys.
We didn't get
The
to
fir-
go on.
the first ride, guys, the first ride we went on was the Haunted Mansion overlay with Nightmare Before Christmas.
That made a huge
That was
impression.
like, come on.
Julia, congratulations.
Congratulations, Julia. Limited edition of 2000, President's Day, Muppets. I love that. I didn't even realize Sam Eagle was up in the top up here. I missed this show. I wish they would do the great moments in history, like in how they used to do them with the Muppets. 25. We're gonna run that at 22 bucks.
There
we didn't get to ride Space Mountain. That was shut down. So we were talking about that.
Space
That is
Mountain
something. That's something we're definitely like looking into.
We
like,
also didn't get to ride the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mission,
whatever their thing is called, the Tower of Terror type ride.
Mission Breakout.
So I was sad we didn't get to go on that one.
Jen, congratulations. Limited edition.
Yes,
limited edition of 1500 lenticular. It's the I Love Gaming gamepads. $30 for Tailspin. We're gonna run that at 27 bucks. Radiator Springs Racers. We didn't do it at night. We did it during the day because we had a fast pass for it. And
cool.
It was really cool. We really enjoyed it. Now, we rode in Disneyland. We rode 15 rides the day that we were there.
Yeah.
So, like, Lightning Lane was definitely worth it there. Like, I think it was great. Yeah. Like, we got to go on Indiana Jones really quick. We actually rode Indiana Jones twice because I think that was Julie's favorite.
Yeah.
When we were there.
That was a lot of fun. We do not have another Gummy Bears, no. Till Emily.
Another one. So we had this series, and then Red Binder guy just decided, hey, I'm going to have some more of these. We got them from someone else. Hit that fragment here. Don't forget to clip your coupon. So this is the Vintage Vinyl series. Beautiful set. This came out in 2018. This was came out when we moved here. Beautiful set. And that is $25 normally for Pinocchio. We're going to run that at 22 bucks. Let's go.
We didn't get to go on the Ferris wheel while we were there, and that's something that our youngest said.
Evelyn's like, I want to go on that. Yeah.
Next time we were gonna go on it, but I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the heat or what. But every ride we were going on was kind of like a ride that was making me nauseous. You know, it was like I was getting a little nauseous.
Yeah, well. I mean, I think our first ride at California Adventure was what was it? It was the Incredicoaster. So I don't think that helped Julie whatsoever.
That one gave me a headache. Yeah.
Limited release. This is from Food and Wine Festival. This was 2019, I believe it was, for this one. $25 normally. We're gonna run that at 22 bucks.
Yeah, I don't mind going on the Ferris wheel though. I don't know if I could handle the moving carts.
I want to go on the moving carts.
You want to?
It's not worth going on it if you're going on the regular. I can go on a Ferris wheel. I can go on the Ferris wheel anywhere. Yeah. Why would I go just on the Ferris wheel?
Oh my gosh.
Scary.
Well, if we're going to do it, then it has to be like
Congrats,
the
Therese.
last thing we do of the night.
Yeah, one of those things.
Yeah, we might.
Do not risk your life and sanity. That's a no for me, dog. Limited edition of 4,000 Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I love this Kingdom Council series. Limited edition of 4,000. We're gonna run that at 27 bucks. World Color Dessert Party is worth it. I was looking at that, and
yeah, he did mention
that, and then the Phantasmic dessert parties. Like I was thinking about not the dessert parties. It's the World Color Dessert Party or the dining package to get for Phantasmic was what I was thinking. Some of the things we were thinking about.
Dumbo Lover.
Same series. It is Darkwing Duck. Pierce, look away. You probably already have it though. 25 normally. We're running this at 22 bucks. Let's go. Dessert party is worth it. We'll have to look into it. So that's one of the questions I have for you guys. So if you guys have been there, what is a sit-down restaurant that you're like, you have to go to? Mm-hmm. Is there a sit-down restaurant that's like the place that you would like 100% go? Lamplight Lounge, okay.
Congrats, Dumbo Lover.
Blue Bayou, we were talking about that.
I would like to go to Blue Bayou. Currently, the day that we want to go, it's only at 9 o'clock at night, and we can't eat that late. So I think I'm gonna go to the Stakeout app and try and put in for a couple of times and see if anything pops up.
WDI, this is the little tiny Imagineering Sorcerer Mickey. 25 normally. We're gonna run him at $22. Italian Place, Downtown Disney. Princess Brunch
Cafe. Quick service, okay.
Lamplight Blue is nice for the vibes. Food is okay. Okay. Stakeout app, that's what Julie's already got on the Stakeout app. So basically just we're going so far in advance. I think there's a good chance because they release other times for that also. Yeah. So this is the first of the park cruisers.
Oh, walk up first thing.
Interesting. So park cruisers, Splash Mountain. This is like a Hot Wheels type of car. Really cool series. They did this in 2020. 2 of them were never released in the actual parks. I talked about this on my one TikTok that I made when I unboxed these from opening. This one and then the Roger Rabbit cartoon spin did not actually release in the parks. Roger Rabbit released at the Disney store outlets, not at the outlets here in Orlando, but these released at the outlets here in Orlando. $50 normally. We're gonna run that at $45. Let's go.
So Disney Cali wants to know what rides in California or Disney's California Adventure are not worth wasting time on if we're Walt Disney World regulars. It's going to be their first time there.
I would say Soarin'. You could pass.
We didn't do any of the Star Wars Land.
We didn't do any of the Star Wars Land. We didn't even go into Star Wars Land, guys.
Because it's basically, from what we know, it's the same as what we have here.
We did not go into Star Wars Land at all. I mean, that's a definite no.
Congrats.
I'm seeing a lot of people saying Lamplight Lounge is another place that'd be good. So, People Mover.
Funny that one's more money than
It's
Splash.
People Mover and Haunted Mansion are the 2 most expensive ones when you look them up. So People Mover, $70 normally. These are limited edition of 2000s. We're gonna run that at $63.
Skip Star Tours as well. Little Mermaid's the same.
I'm not sure about Little Mermaid pins tonight. I don't know if there was much Ariel. I posted the pictures and you can look up and see exactly what's technically in the show tonight.
Adventures Campus is a waste of space.
I think until they open up the new ride, it definitely is. But even if they open up the new ride, is it going to be like anything crazy?
That ride looks like it's going to be intense.
Sea Mavar? Well, they're opening up 2 rides, technically.
The one that's like the claw arm.
Well, that's one of them.
That one looks like it could be really crazy.
The big version of Mickey, WDI, Walt Disney World, Walt Disney Imagineering exclusive, $30 normally. We're gonna start that at $27.
Giveaway is up and running for you guys. We do giveaways every 20 auctions.
I mean, when I look at like you could skip. I'll be honest. Like people would say, oh well, you can skip Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's kind of the same exact ride, but I'll be honest. That queue line for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway was worth walking through.
Caitlin Hess, congrats.
Is a park hopper worth it? We're going to probably tackle a park each day, and we're probably going to add the lightning lane onto it so that we can
do a little bit more.
Bit more each day. Like I said, we did 15 rides at Disneyland when we had the lightning lane on there. Limited edition of 3,000. $25 normally, $22 for Snow White. Let's go.
We were having that conversation right before the show, actually, with our youngest, Evelyn, because she went with us last year also. And that was the thing that we said. Like, personally, I remember walking through the the queue line for Mickey's and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but I don't remember riding it. Which is kind of weird.
It's the same ride
but I don't
to a point. It's a little different. Like the setup of it is a little bit different.
Bree Clark, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family.
Dog Show, that's right.
So the Mickey salutes. This was, of course, came out after 9/11. They have him saluting all the different branches of the military, firefighters, police officers, all that fun thing. I love this series. It's amazing. $27 for the Army pin. Let's go.
Is it worth bringing a magic band if you're using Lightning Lane? You still have to scan in.
You still got to scan in, so yeah.
I would say yeah.
I mean, I'm probably gonna bring my Figment one, and I'm gonna be head to toe in Figment, and people are gonna be like, "Who's this purple dragon? I don't understand this."
He doesn't belong here.
Is there a navy version of this? Yes, there is a navy version of this pin also.
We've already sold it recently, though, so we
Yes.
don't have it.
I don't think we have it right now. We get them in periodically.
Congrats, Caitlin.
Doctor's Day. Julie, people always ask us, do you have Doctor's Day pins? The answer is yes. Then people say, do you have Atlantis pins? The answer is yes.
Atlantis.
Guys, this is what we call the Hannah Montana. This is the best of both worlds. $80 normally. 72, not too shabby for a Doctor's Day. You guys didn't know Doctor's Day and Nurse's Day pins extremely expensive.
Yes, people like them.
They like them way too much.
You will see tons of people wearing Remy merch, but they don't even have a Remy right.
Oh man.
Congrats, Katie Star.
And that was a brand.
Oh, I didn't catch it. Katie Star, 9. Thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guide pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Okay, it's our first Figment pin of the day, Julie. This one's a special one. So in Disneyland, where they don't have Figment, they released this box set, and it was the Medieval Magic. This is a limited edition of 400. There's only 400 of this Figment pin that exists. $80, where it's going to be run for $72 right now.
I know, Sarah, that's definitely going to happen in 30 minutes.
What?
Do you have any Atlantis pins?
Do you have any Atlantis
in
pins?
30 minutes.
They'll be like, hey, I got a strange
Let's
request.
time it.
I collect Doctor's Day and Atlantis pins. Would you have either of those?
Yeah. Congrats, Pack.
Congrats, Beck.
Can we scream? Yes, we will Pee-wee's Playhouse this.
Yes, we will Pee-wee's Playhouse. The magic word is Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Yeah, the secret word is Atlantis. Or Doctor's Day. We'll accept either. Remy's Hide and Squeak. Limited release series from Epcot. $30 normally. This is, of course, the Onion. $27 we're going to be running that at.
Goat.
Any Atlantis. You know what, Shimer? I see what you did there.
Laura Flo did it first.
Oh, Laura.
35 seconds to get in on this giveaway that's running.
I thought Darkwing Duck was the match word. Only for you, Pierce. Only for you.
David Howie, congrats.
Congrats, David Howie. Next, we have Remy's Ride and Squeak. Or Hide and Squeak. Ride and Squeak. Hide and Squeak. The Zucchini. And that is 70. What am I saying?
27.
Limited release. I don't know why.
Woo!
I just said
Are you
70.
Okay?
I mean, there's multiple.
27 start. There we go.
Julie, there's multiple things wrong with me.
The goat, we found him at BAM!
Books a Million. But yeah, the goat was one of those things that we got it.
2 chicks, congrats, you got the giveaway.
And it was like, I need this in my life. Pin tracker, congratulations.
Nurse's Day pin is coming up very short.
It is in about 5 pins. Vintage vinyl, Alice in Wonderland, limited edition of 3,000. Man, calm down there, buddy. $30 normally. We're gonna run that at $27. But yeah, no, we're excited. We want to start booking some restaurants and stuff like that. Since we're gonna be at Disneyland Resort, we're trying to keep everything like on property, so we really don't have to leave property.
Mm-hmm. Congrats, Bree Clark.
There we go.
Where's the best place to get pins on Tuesdays, release days?
Right now, everyone's blacked out. So if you can go to the parks, go to the parks. You will be guaranteed at the parks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Did Mary Poppins vinyl get pulled? I don't know about that one. No, it did not.
You left.
Yeah. Mary Poppins, I'll put it at the very end. So it's going to be at the end of all the pins today.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And then lattes. Limited edition of 3,000 with the nice little Diablo cookie there. You got Maleficent. 35 normally. We're going to run that $31. So yes, they have a downtown Disney. It is tiny. Their downtown Disney is nothing like Disney Springs. We have one nice thing here in Orlando that they don't have in California when it comes to Disneyland or Walt Disney World. We have space. But the nice thing is like you can like walk out of Disneyland and then walk right into, California Adventure. So that is the really nice piece of it.
Camel, congrats.
Next, from the Latte series, we have Jiminy Cricket. He's got his official conscience cookie there. 25. Normally, we're going to run it at $22. Yeah, park hopping is an absolute ease there. That is the nice thing about it. And I told Julie when we went, it was actually cheaper to get a 3-day ticket than it was to get a 2-day ticket. So if that's the case and we have to do that again, like it was weird that was the case, but I was like, we might as well just get it.
Stumble over.
Congrats. Next, Goofy movie, Lester's Possum Park, amazing. 35. Normally, we're gonna run that at $31.
There we go.
Yeah, I know they had a Costco deal going on where it was. We got the lower package, but I know at Costco they had a deal going on where if you bought.
Amy Pow 04128. Thank you for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. It was like $400 for 4 days, and you got a gift card. But the problem is that's only in California.
Yeah, from what I was
it's only in
reading.
California Costco's. So at this point, we'll see.
We can get that offer.
Limited edition of 2019 Nurses Day pin. $100. Normally, we're going to run that at $90. Also coming up today, like I said, we'll do show and sell towards the end of the show. Oh, not towards the end of the show, but after we finish running all these pins for you guys. There was a couple of pins that were not pulled, and they're amazing. And then, so I'm glad to be able to show you stuff because there were people that were like, hey, do you have any of the Happily Ever After pins?
Just Goblin, congratulations.
And I was like, we do have the last show. We were like, yes, we do have Happily Ever After, and I don't think they got pulled.
One got pulled.
Oh, one got okay. The other one didn't get pulled. Limited edition of 3,000, the vinyl series. It is Oliver and Company. We're gonna start that at $31, and I see Brittany got Fragment here. Hello, Diane.
And then Jay Waters, I do look at the offers periodically. Sometimes I get busy on my end, so I try to get to it when I have a chance. But I did just look at them, and I accepted everything that was sitting in.
Yeah, we're accepting all offers in the Buy It Now. Just that's the other thing. I don't know if we stressed that fact. Is that if you put an offer in on it, we will 100% be approving all offers. Here's a Grail, Julie. Are you ready? Guys, I don't know if you're ready for this. I saw this pin, I'm kidding you not, on someone's Instagram show for $800. $800. Limited edition of 100 Disney auctions, $400 minus the discount, $360. There's only 100 of them.
Ding dong.
Oh, this is going to be our first womp womp tonight.
You can't come to the door right now. Please leave a message after the beep.
Oh, I always love to look up after the show to see who asked me to pull that.
More pins at the door.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So
limited. It's going to be something that needs to be signed for.
Well, I'll look at the blink.
Limited edition of 500, cast exclusive. $45 normally. We're going to go ahead and run that at $40. Anniversary pins. We have a ton of these coming up on Sunday show. So it can be binned.
Door-to-door salesperson.
Oh, door-to-door, someone's selling stuff. Probably solar panels. They love to sell you solar panels here. Congrats, Chi Davis. This can be binned. If somebody's interested in it being binned, I will bin it. I will tell you this. If you're not doing a payment plan, just bid on it. Up and Away Collectibles. Is that you? I haven't seen you guys in forever. How you guys doing?
Hello.
But yeah.
Have you looked at the RSP choices for Nifty? What are you choosing?
I'm not.
RSP is not available yet, but
All the things are numbered, so
Yeah.
you can guess what
you
you're
can get
going
an
to.
idea of what you want to do. Sure.
Limited edition of 4,000 from the Kingdom Council series, Lion King. That is $30. Start normally. We're gonna start that at $27.
We're gonna have basically 3 RSPs since we've got 3 of us going. But I don't think we're gonna go crazy because they're nice pins, but they're a lot of Fab Five, you know. But
I'm
there are
putting
a
in
lot
for
of
everything.
lower.
Yeah, they're all lower
LP,
edition sizes,
yeah.
so.
So focusing on school. School's important, man. Good job. All right, Ashley Martin.
Congratulations. Lion King. I Love Gaming. Gamepad. Limited edition of 1,500. 35 normally. We're gonna put that $31.
Right. Yeah, the Ellie of 100.
Yeah, Sassy, can you handle that? Yeah,
Ellie of,
you have my permission.
Yeah, it's not very nice to promote other shows in a show that's running.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
I would never do that. That's kind of really, that's kind of classless right there. I would never do that.
All right, Albadel.
Congratulations.
Jay Waters, you just got to let us know verbally in the chat what you want to offer, and we will consider the offer for anything, because there are high dollar pins in the bin. The offers are shut off because those pins, if you don't buy it in our show, we're going to take it to a pin event.
So limited edition of 1,500. $35. We're going to go ahead and run that at $31 for the Aladdin gamepad. Hello. Hi, Julie. We were talking about we're talking about the Disneyland RSP for the pin event.
Reed Knight, congratulations.
Congrats.
No, we haven't run the
Small World hasn't come up yet. We've only run Splash Mountain and People Mover, yeah. Goofy Movie gamepad. Love this pin so much. Limitation of 1,500, $40. Normally we're running that $36. And then we're gonna jump into bucket number 3 already, so that's good. Cruising right along.
Katie47220, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy Pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Oh, limited edition of 1,000, the Monorail series, beautiful pin on pin. $50 for Stitch. Normally, we're gonna run him at $45. But yeah, we're like I said, we're excited going to the Disneyland event for sure. Trying to see if we can work out something for Destination D23, at least for one of us to go.
Diane, your payment for the offer in the bin did not go through, so you got to check your payment really fast, and then you can resubmit the offer.
Congrats, pal Mike.
Congrats.
Next from the pop-up series, limited edition of 4,000. It is Tiana. Naveen, of course, is the pin on that one. $35. Normally, we're going to run that at $31. But we got past that, like I said, pin event's about a month away, which is kind of crazy. Especially when we get to that point where we're going to start doing it every month. Julie, aren't you excited about that?
I'm going to regret it. I just know it.
You going to regret it?
Cassidy, congratulations.
Congrats.
We do have one Jessica Rabbit pin. It's a cruiser pin.
Yes.
That someone pulled. I think it's a little bit further along.
It's going to be in bucket, I think it's in like 4 or 5. Yeah. Winnie the Pooh. Look at this one, Jules. I don't think we've had this one. Limitation of 4,000, 35. We're going to run that at $31.
Yes, thank you for the reminder of that, Laura Flo. We will be live on Easter at 12 o'clock noon. So we're going to have more pins just like these ones, but different. And you're going to have the same opportunities by pulling pins on Facebook and also by pulling pins from Richard's Instagram.
Mhm.
So, Love Bug, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family.
Let me have a minute to put the giveaway up.
So the next,
All right,
so
giveaway's up and running.
So just so you know, the next pin coming up is from the monorail frame set. So the other monorail pin that we had of Stitch was a limited edition of 1,000. There's also a Figment that's a limited edition of 600 that was in a booster set. This is limited edition of 100. So there's only 100 of this pin that exist of the Tinkerbell monorail, and the only way to get it was in the frame set, which of course Julie took a hammer to. $200. The starting on that is going to be $180 for that Grail.
Sassy, I'm not sure we're gonna have an Easter egg show, just because it's gonna be. I'm not gonna have time to get mystery pins set aside for that. So I think it's just gonna be. Richard already has all the pins ready and pictures taken.
Congratulations, Cole Simovar.
So I think we're just gonna have our typical show with some, exciting things thrown in.
Yes, because guys, we're really ramping up for Whatnot Con. This will be our quick little break here. So Whatnot Con coming up. We're gonna run a show. I believe it's May 16th, the day before our pin event.
16th and then 18th.
16th and the 18th. So on both of those shows, we will be doing flash sales. If you're here for the last Enchanted Spring sales that we did, where we did flash sales, they're going to be ridiculous. But the big one that we're doing, and we have a ton of the bags, we're going to be doing the hidden Disney bags as a flash sale for $15 per bag. We're going to send you a bag. We're not going to open it. You could basically get a Super Chaser for $15 along with another pin.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's going to be on the 16th and the 18th. We're going to do flash sales. So if you guys have never done flash sales with us before, it's basically where you're getting it right then and there and you're buying it right on the spot, and you basically have seconds to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Limited edition of 400. This is the guy from those sing-along videos. He was always at the beginning of the sing-along videos. $35 normally. We're going to run him at $31.
Thank you, Albadell. Yeah, that's the new design Lizzie created for us. And it's our temporary design for when we want to work with Disney or,
Till Emily.
Big things.
I mean, if there's stuff that comes down the pipeline that I'd like to have happen, we might have to change the logo altogether. Am I hoping for that? No. But if you want to do certain things, you got to make arrangements for that. Romance stamp series. We had Beauty and the Beast in the last show. $25. Mickey and Minnie. We're gonna run that at $22.
Yeah, we'll show you in just a second, Victoria.
Hey, Jeff.
Yep, get in on the giveaway. That's running. You have a minute and 45 seconds to get in on that.
I have a few questions. Will we have multiple answers?
All right, Amy, congrats.
Congrats.
Show my logo really fast. It's probably easier for you to swing it. So this is the new logo that was created by our daughter Lizzie, who's in art school and college. And yeah, so you guys requested having the cats, and we love that idea. So she made it happen. And if we need our temporary logo, this is what it's going to be. So
we need stickers with that logo.
I'm going to make stickers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we do dollar starts? We do way too many dollar starts. Tuesdays is all dollar starts.
Yes.
Are we doing dollar starts tonight? No. I don't think it's going to come to that point where
we've got too much.
It's a full show today.
So
yeah.
Today and Sunday it's going to be our regular shows. Tuesday is going to be the dollar start show.
Disneyland Paris pin trading event, limited edition of 400. It is Belle in her winter outfit. $50 normally. We're gonna run that at $45.
There we go.
So yeah, you guys pulled a lot of pins today. I have like 5 buckets. We're into 6 buckets on this show, which is a good problem to have.
Congratulations,
Amy,
Amy.
congrats. Limited edition of 2000, The Hitchhiking Ghosts. $30 normally. We're going to run that at $27. Had some Haunted Mansion. I had a little Haunted Mansion collection come in. How many buckets do we have tonight? 6 total. But we are also going to show the stuff that was chosen past that.
We'll do show and sell.
A little show and sell is kind of what I was getting at.
Auntie Cupcake, congratulations. You got the giveaway. And then Disney Callie, you got the pin.
Congrats, Disney Callie. 2009 Disneyland Hitchhiking Ghost. 25 normally. We're going to run that at $22.
Yes, the up pins, those will be coming up.
2 of them are coming up in the next bucket, which is about 15 pins away. And then 15 to 20 pins away.
The last
and then the last bucket has the last one. Yeah.
Congrats, Disney Callie.
And then we've got...
It's funny that this one is a glower because it doesn't really have that color like it should glow.
But it glows almost. But it glows almost like a blue. Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Limited edition of 2,500. It's a Small World mixed with, and it whooshes. $40 normally. We're gonna run that at $36.
We're currently flying to Orlando. Amelia and I separated on the plane, so I downloaded Whatnot on my phone because I have to watch too. Amazing.
There is no book. There is no like sold listings are not a great way to like check on eBay. It's been very hit or miss with sold listings, especially since there was like a controversy with the sold listings was a whole thing. Limited edition of 5,000. Hatbox Ghost, 25 normally. We're gonna run him at $22. So there's been a whole bunch of fun stuff with that. We have 4 of the park cruisers coming up next. And then we're gonna be in. I'm starting to lay out bucket 4.
Disney Callie.
Congrats.
It's Amelia, and it's not Amelia.
Stitch 2021. $20 normally. We'll run that at $18.
There we go. Have you done a video about pricing? Not yet.
No, I have lots of ideas. Way too many. I filmed my second run through of the Epcot boards. Me and Mason hung out the other day, so I did a second run through of the Epcot boards to see if there was any difference. I went at the same time of day that we went the last time to kind of see like, is it just dependent on like,
Day Chelsea,
is there no rhyme or reason to it? Is it just blind luck?
Mm-hmm.
Limited release. This is the Earth Day pin from 2021, and it is, of course, the Hard Tafiti. 25 normally. We're going to run that at $22.
Yeah, I think Stacy. I think that is the controversy Richard with.
So yeah, there's a thing where somebody's making fake listings and then taking the best offer, which was $1, but it's still showing up on WorthPoint that it sold for like $500.
Yeah.
So
Disney Callie. I'm late to the show, but did we pass the WDI Sorcerer Mickey?
Yes, the WDI Sorcerer Mickeys both went. The little and the bigger one.
Those ones.
Park Cruiser. It's a Small World. Limited edition of 2000. $30 normally. We're going to run that at $27. What was your conclusion? My conclusion on what? The pricing? I price things based upon what I have into it. The Nurse's Day Atlantis. What was it? Doctor's Day Atlantis. And I feel like I need to scream. Ah!
Congrats, Katie Boos. I'm getting Apollo error. Internal server error has occurred for every time I'm trying to accept offers.
I have no idea.
I've never seen that before.
Haunted Mansion, limited edition of 2000 for the park cruisers. It's the Doom Buggy. $70 normally. We're going to start that at $63.
So So if you guys are making offers in the bin and it's not going through, I'm getting like an error on it. I'm not sure why. And I don't think it has to do with your payments because it usually tells me if it's your payments.
I mean, everyone gets in trouble in the group because I will be honest, I don't think 90% of the people in the group have ever actually read the rules.
TM Brown.
I think that's the funniest thing is like a lot of people just, or it's their interpretation of a rule. I like to always say that's always another fun one. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, limited edition of 2,000, $30, and we're going to run that at 27. On the 10%, I promise. Well, I appreciate that then.
Okay, now it's accepting offers. Interesting.
No, it's probably just an issue that came up. Seemavar, congratulations, Cole.
Diane 42770, your bank is declining. It's like, no, this whatnot.
It's like, yeah, that's not a thing.
This whatnot's not
This
happening.
whatnot's not a thing.
So I just want you to know I am not declining it. It is your bank account's like, heck no.
Park Cruisers, this is Space Ranger Spin, limited edition of 2,000. $30 normally. We're going to run that at 27 bucks.
There we go. Yeah, Richard got the full set.
It was the full set of 12, yeah. There was 3 or 4 of them that weren't pulled.
Yeah. Pulled, yeah.
So, did you guys do the, yes, the Splash Mountain was done earlier.
That was the first one picked.
Yeah.
Congrats, Katie.
Yes, these were 2020. Limited edition of 250 Disney Shopping. This pin is kind of amazing. Love the limited edition of 250. It is, let me get it back on here. And that is 250. Normally, we're going to take $25 off. So we're going to run it at 225. And I'll be honest, on the bigger pins, I will say this. You don't hurt my feelings too much when somebody doesn't bid on it because I'll just take it to the pin event and trade it to somebody.
Right. Did you do the vinyls or pop-up books already? Some of them have already gone.
The Alaska Member Cruise Disney Cruise Line, limited edition of 600. $25, we're going to start that at 22 bucks.
But yeah, some of them have already run. There's others that are still in line to run.
Yeah, we have 3 more smaller buckets to go before we start doing show and sell. And then we'll go through the rest of the stuff that was not chosen.
Congratulations, Teresa. The Remy ones.
Remy ones were already run. So I always tell this to people: if you're not here at 6 o'clock and you pulled them, somebody else probably also pulled them. That's kind of happens. The aerial window is in the last bucket. Limited edition of 3,000 Cinco de Mayo. $30 normally. We're gonna run that at 27 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
On the Facebook group Pin Trading Disney or Instagram, the Figment Guy, I post before every show what pins are going to be run.
You might have to search Richard Summers in the group on Facebook though, because there's a lot of posts in that group.
There was 400.
There's
423 posts today. So
we add everyone for every one of the posts, but I think even that is flawed.
Limited edition of 3,000 for the vinyl series, 22 bucks for 101 Dalmatians. You can go check in your purchases. So should be a tab. It's one of the tabs, right? You just click on the, and it comes up and shows
your activity,
yeah.
And then there's a line of purchases and messages and stuff like that. So it would be there. If you buy more than one pin from the store, is shipping combined? Yes, shipping's combined all throughout, whether you're buying from the store or buying an auction piece.
Mm-hmm. Both pieces. Next, from the vinyl series, it is Lady and the Tramp. 35 normally. We're going to run that at 31.
Well, Princess K, if it's not there in your in your homework, then it must not need to be budgeted.
That's funny.
That is really funny.
The imaginary budget. You know, the budget that doesn't actually exist. Bree Clark, congratulations. You just unlocked Fragment here also. So get you your goat scream because that's the most important
Put
part
on
of the
that
show.
circle up at the top. It's your Fragment tier, and there's a coupon in there that you have to redeem before you make your next purchase.
So, like, if you bid on the Dalmatians and then you also had this Dalmatian, if you click your coupon, hurry up and get it redeemed, you can use that coupon on this.
Yes.
Limited edition of 4,000, 35 normally. We're going to run it at 31 bucks. I didn't even notice Cruella Shadow back there. That's
There
cool.
we go. Hello, All Marie. I think my professor would like to hear my theory on it. Congrats, Brid.
Hey, Brid. Congrats on that one. From that same series, we had the Tinkerbell earlier. What was the limited edition of 100? Goofy limited edition of 1,000. So the ones that were 1,000, you could actually buy them in the cards in the store. $40 normally. We're gonna run that at 36 bucks. But yeah, we're about to lay out the rest of bucket 4 here.
And I put the next giveaway up, so get in on that giveaway. It's a really cute Mickey head zipper pull.
Oh, those are cute.
I think they're adorable.
Well, that's why you buy them.
That's why I get them, because they're adorable. You can also put it on a keychain too.
That is true. And then we got we have lattes. Somebody pulled like almost all the lattes, except for the ones that ran earlier. So those will be coming up here in a second. Limited edition of 2000 Goofy. This is a 2008. It is Flower and Garden. 15 normally. We're gonna run that at 13 bucks. We got coming up in the queue line right in front of me. I've got Beauty and the Beast. I've got Ariel, Nemo, Tinkerbell, Rapunzel, Alice, more Ariel, more Alice, even more Alice, and up.
Laura, congrats.
Congrats, Laura. The gamepad, Beauty and the Beast. Limited edition of 1,500. We're going to start that at 27 bucks.
I was surprised. I think the last one that was pulled from this series was like Little Mermaid. I thought that was surprising.
That's usually how it goes though. Any more vinyl soon? There's a Peter Pan vinyl coming up pretty soon.
Nancy Cupcake, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment by Pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Next from the latte series, it is Ariel with the Flounder latte. Limited edition of 3,000. $40 normally. We're gonna run that at 36 bucks. But like I said, we'll get it. If you've never been part of show and sell, we'll show a whole bunch of the pins. And I have a yes and no button. And basically, you can just make an offer. Reasonable offer.
Hell Mike.
Hell Mike.
Mr. Narwhal here.
Ooh. That's 2.
Did I miss the Cheshire Cat latte?
Is there a maybe button?
I don't think he ran the latte Cheshire yet. Did he get pulled?
Yes.
Oh, he's right there.
He's coming up. He's
about
about maybe 15 to 20 pins away. Limited edition of 3,000 Olaf latte. 25 normally. We're going to run that at 22 bucks. It's been 30 minutes. Do you have Atlantis or Doctor's Day pins? You know what? On your left. No screen. On your left knew exactly what they were doing. Congrats, Stephanie. Ellie of 3,000 again from the latte series with the Dory cookie. Nemo, 22 bucks. We're going to start that at. But yeah, we got. I'm trying to think. For Sunday, I have a whole bunch of stuff, but it's all different stuff. It's all Red Binder Guy stuff, and I'm not going to add anything to it that's new. That will come out next week. So like the stuff that came in the
Stephanie, congrats.
Congrats, Steph. The stuff that came in the box today that I was showing, the gigantic collection, and then the stuff that's coming from the lady in Nebraska, those will be coming up next
Probably
week.
Friday's show,
Probably
yeah.
Friday next week, because we're not doing a Red Binder Guy pickup next week.
Yeah.
Limited edition of 3,000 Rapunzel Latte, $27. Let's go.
There we go. 40 seconds to get in on the giveaway that's running.
These are cute. This is a really cute series. These were all 2019, because these were in his 2019 book that he gave me. So one thing, Red Binder Guy has definitely helped me figure out what years some pins were released.
Stephanie hitting Fred this year.
Congratulations on that. Tinkerbell Latte with the Peter Pan hat. LE of 3,000. $22 we're going to start that at. I want a latte now. Right stat now.
Ooh, I got a latte the last time we went to Steakhouse 71, and it was so good.
She was very happy. You were very happy with your latte.
Because I cut back on drinking coffee. Cold card 24325. Congratulations, you got the giveaway.
And Stephanie, you got the latte pin. Congratulations. Steakhouse 71 is that's like our go-to. We love it so much.
Yeah.
It is one of our absolute favorite places.
But I didn't want them to bring me a coffee with like unlimited coffee.
Yes.
The pot. Because they always drop the pot at your table so you can keep giving yourself coffee. So I asked for a vanilla latte instead, and it was delicious.
They always try to get me to take a to-go cup.
And it had a Mickey Mouse on it.
Yes,
so cute.
It was cute. Limited edition of 3,000, the vinyl series, Peter Pan. $30 normally. We're going to run that at $27.
There we go.
Yeah, they always try to get me to take a to-go cup.
Yeah.
They're always like, would you like a drink to go? And
They're
I'm like,
so nice there.
Well,
every waiter
if you insist.
Like every waiter we've had at Steakhouse 71 has been really great.
It's bad when they start to recognize you.
Yeah.
Like that is happening.
We do go there pretty often. At least, well, not pretty often. I'd
like
say
once a month. Like once a month.
Bree Clark, congratulations.
Limited edition of 4,000, the Ariel, Little Mermaid, Kingdom Council. 35 normally. We're run that at $31.
My daughter loves the crab cakes. I have not had the crab cakes there.
We go for breakfast.
We go for breakfast.
We're big on breakfast there.
Yep. We missed the Salisbury steak. They had it there? Oh,
Steffish, congratulations.
I would have loved that.
2007 Tea Time at the Grand Floridian Resort. So if you guys didn't know this, they have a tea party that you can go to. Even if you're an adult, they have a tea party you can go to at Grand Floridian. And they have pins that they give you when it's over with. This was from 2007 when they did this. And they serve you little sandwiches and tea.
27 start?
27 start.
There we go. Well, Kolkar, you should definitely try to eat there the next time you come to Disney.
Yes, we
love
it. Steakhouse 71s are our absolute one of our definite go-tos.
And it's really easy to get there. And if you're driving down to Disney,
Becca, congrats.
You can park there for free. You don't have to pay to park in the Magic Kingdom parking lot.
Yes. So think about this.
Eat your food and walk
How
over
much is
to
it?
Magic
How much is it to park at Magic Kingdom right now?
Yeah, over $25, I think.
I think it's more than that.
I said over.
Isn't it like? So think about this: $30 and preferred is $50.
Yeah.
You get better parking than preferred to go eat breakfast there, and you can get the American meal that they have there is $18.
Yeah.
So you literally with tip can probably pay better than preferred parking to go eat at Steakhouse 71 and just walk 2 blocks to the Magic Kingdom. DSSH Sketchpad series, $18 we're going to start that at for Alice. That's our go-to tip.
Well, that's just the place to go. I mean, not only do we love the food, you do get quick service. It's not like you're sitting there forever.
They do try to get you in and out of there.
Yeah.
It is one of those things.
We've always had a fairly fast meal there. And it's a sit down. So
Ashley, congrats. Limited edition of 3,500. The Alice in Wonderland 65th anniversary. 35 normally we're going to run that at $31.
Missing campground breakfast.
Whispering Canyon is really good breakfast also. Yes.
We haven't been there in years though.
So this is the thing. They don't limit how long. They don't keep track of that. That's
Yeah,
the
no, they don't.
that's the little secret. They don't keep track of that. So that's your Figment Guy tip of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Kevin. And she moves.
Not in today's show, Big Red.
And she's got her babies.
I'm not 100% sure if we have those specific years, but if we did, it would be a Tuesday show.
Limited edition of 3,000. 40 normally. We're going to run this at $36. This was the 10-year anniversary.
We put pins like that on Tuesday $1 start shows. If we have like a dated spinner pin, that type of a thing. So, Dusty B, 1985. Thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. These are probably some of the nicest backer cards they've done, especially because they're plastic.
They are.
They're not like just the regular backer cards. Yeah. So this is Doug saying different phrases. Let's see. I would be happy if you stop. Hi there.
Some of the lattes are straggling behind. They were not all pulled.
Yes, Cheshire is coming up in about 5-6 pins. I just met you, and I love you. Limitation of 3,000, $35. Normally, we're going to start that at $31. Yes, and I don't know. Did we pull all the latte pins, babe?
I think there might have been a few left behind.
Question mark?
I feel like a couple of them.
Probably. All the cruisers have not run yet. There's 4 cruisers that were not pulled.
Congrats, Dusty.
Dusty B, congratulations. Flower and Garden, 30th anniversary of Flower and Garden with Orange Bird. LE of 5,000. We're going to run that at $27. We did run a few of the park cruisers, but there's a couple more coming up.
And there was some that weren't pulled.
Yeah.
So those will be in show and sell.
Congratulations, Dusty. Park Cruisers, this was the other one that was not actually released because 6 of them were released in Disneyland, 6 of them were released in Walt Disney World, and they bounced back and forth. So yeah, it is the Roger Rabbit cartoon spin with Roger and Jessica on there. 65 normally, we're going to run that at $59. What happens if we bid again and we're already winning? I forgot what you said earlier. Don't bid again.
Yeah, just pay attention to who has a lead and don't swipe again.
Yeah.
Because there's not much we can do without bidding. Whatnot hasn't corrected that yet.
Yeah, that's something that we've brought up pretty much in every single. We've had conversations with like. We've had conversations with like the heads of everything. And it's one of those where we've mentioned that almost in every single time.
Yeah, it's a really
that and the bookmark all shows are the 2 things that we've mentioned because it's always mentioned to us. Limited edition of 2,000. It is the Aurora Windows of Magic. $40 normally. $36, Julie.
The maps got ran on Tuesday's show. We started everything at $1.
We sold out of the maps. The maps are completely sold out.
Yes.
Those were all dollar starts. Limited edition of 400, and they all gone.
Well, hello, T. Sarge. If you have any questions, you can put a question mark at the end of your statement, and it'll pop up yellow, so it's a little easier for us and our moderators to see. But we're here if you need anything. Adria Lewis, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Love that series. Like I said, if you're purchasing that series from anyone, make sure you have... Make sure it's on the backer card. That's one of those series you got to have it on the backer card. Limited edition of 3,000, Julie.
I love this pin.
Easter pin. We're coming up. Figment, Orange Bird, Baymax, Thumper, Pluto. Adorable.
So cute.
I want that Figment egg pin.
Yeah.
Where's that at? I just want that. $30 normally. We're gonna run that at $27.
There we go. Gorgeous pin. And then California had one. Isn't theirs like with Mr. Toad in the middle?
They have Mr. Toads in the middle too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a different one than what we had, of course, because they don't have Figment or Orange Bird there.
Dusty B, congratulations.
Dusty, congratulations. Limited edition latte. It is Cheshire with a little white rabbit cookie. 25 normally. We're gonna run that at $22. We're into the second to last bucket, so we're making good progress. We are gonna be able to get into show and tell here pretty quick.
Did we run the aerial window?
Aerial window is in the last bucket. That'll be one of the last pins that was pulled. Olivia, congratulations.
I'm gonna put
it's giveaway time.
Giveaway, and it's gonna
Yep.
be this one.
Ooh, Woody socks. So Woody socks are the giveaway. Jump in the giveaway, guys. All you got to do to get in this giveaway is a follow. That's all you got to do.
And you have to have a U.S. address.
U.S. address. That is the other thing. Yeah. So the pop-up books, really cute. Open it up. The pin-on-pin part is White Rabbit. $35 normally. We're going to run that at $31. Congratulations, Becca.
It's B. B Cassandra.
Oh, man, come on.
Come on. Get it right.
It is B Cassandra. I'm going to go home now.
Please rename
guys, you guys have a good day.
But you are home.
I am home. I worked all day. I'm tired. The Disney D with the castle. $20 normally. We're going to run that at $18. Let's go.
There we go.
But yeah, we're almost into the very last bucket as far as laying it out on the table.
So this is bucket 6?
6. 7's coming up. 7 is the last bucket.
Okay. So yeah, we're getting closer to show and sell. And show and sell, if you're new here, it's just the pins that weren't chosen prior to our show.
You get a chance to make an offer on them.
Yeah.
Or just have us run them if you hadn't seen
We'll
them.
still do it at 10% if you want us to do it at 10%, or we accept reasonable offers at that.
Minnie and Mickey Gold Card Train Series. This, of course, is the caboose. Or not the caboose. Why did I say the caboose? The engine. $30 normally. We're going to run that at $27.
Thank you.
So, like I said, the big collection that came in today and the gigantic box that I shown at the beginning of the show, that will be Friday's show. Tuesday to this next week will be $1 starts on everything.
T Sarge 004, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Next, the Magical Manifestations. Limited edition of 1,035. You got Jafar, and then you lift it up, and there's him as the snake. 31 start. And then get in the giveaway. It is for the socks. We have almost like 70 people that are not in the giveaway. I highly doubt that you're all from Canada.
Well, they might be.
Possibly.
You don't know. Amelia, congratulations.
Find Your Happily Ever After. Is this on your board, Julie?
This one is not on my board.
You don't have this on the board?
I have the other one.
You don't have this on the board? That's crazy.
I don't have this one on my board.
Find Your Happily Ever After.
I know.
$50 normally. We're going to run that at $45.
Trust me, when I saw that it had the quote, I thought, oh man, I might need that.
I might have to get that.
I know.
I need that in my life.
Heather,
congratulations.
You got a good deal on that.
Little Mermaid gamepad. I love gaming. Limited edition of 1,500, $40 normally. We're going to run that at $36.
Any idea what pins drop this upcoming Tuesday?
It should be Chef Mickey. Everything I'm hearing is Chef Mickey. So everyone's blocked out, and Chef Mickey's going to drop. So go to the theme parks if you can get into the theme parks to pick up your pins. It'll be 10 times easier to get them.
Tell Mike.
Because they're all going to go to the places that don't need a pass. So they're going to go to Disney Springs. They're going to go. Oh, geez. They're going to go. They're going to go to Disney Springs. They're going to go to like the hotels. They have limited edition pins. Just so you guys know.
Is that Ariel Cruiser in the last bucket?
Yes.
Okay, so Ariel Cruiser's coming up in the last bucket.
Probably about 20-ish pins away. Limited edition of 750. This is from the Park Pack series. 35 normally. We're going to run that at 31 bucks.
And spoiler alert, but if you like this pin, we have 4.
There's 4
variants.
There's 4 variants of this pin.
We got one more of these ones, not in today's show, but coming in the future. We have another one of this, and we have 3 others that are different variants of color. So,
Hey, Julie.
Maria, congratulations.
You don't have the Beauty and the Beast pins by you, do you?
They're over by you. They're in that bucket.
Oh, you kicked them over here. Oh, I want to show one thing. So, like, we're talking about like Beauty and the Beast Grail pins. We've already had a couple, but like, there's this. If you are a Beauty and the Beast collector, I apologize immediately.
G1T GUD.
Congrats! You just followed, and you just won a pair of socks.
Congrats.
Then there's stuff like this.
There he is, looking all dapper.
Don't look at it too close. Ugh. But yeah, so there's that. There's stuff. I'll be honest. I thought this was a fantasy pin, Julie.
Yeah, it's not.
It is not a fantasy pin. It is 100% a limited edition of 300. I don't think I've ever seen this series before.
Yeah.
And because it's like you just don't see some of the rare stuff that often. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a whole bunch of randomness that kind of came in. I forget what the penguin's name is, Julie. I'm not even going to try to think I know what it is, but he's a limited release. It's a short cartoon that they did for Disney. $22 start.
Yeah, I'm still in the process of pricing a lot of the Beauty and the Beast stuff, but again, we're not going to show those all together at one time.
That's just getting strategically kind of like placed
mixed in here,
little by little.
Chili, maybe?
It could. I mean, he looks kind of chilly. So I probably
maybe.
Limited edition of 1,000. Disneyland, the portrait series.
Is this a glower?
This I don't believe is a glower. No glow. 50 normally. We're gonna run it at 45 bucks.
Got a fragment here.
Ooh.
The DEC bell mirror is pulled, and it's probably about 6 pins away, 8 pins away.
Seven pins. You were close. You're really close. Yes, that's 7 pins away. That's coming up.
Yes.
The Ariel Windows of Magic is 8 pins away. There's the Ariel Park Cruiser is after that. So we're coming up on the home stretch of what was pulled. Yes. Go. I love this series.
Are these Tiny Kingdoms?
These are not Tiny Kingdoms.
Wow.
It was a 3-pin set. It's the grape soda. It's him, and then it's the next pin. We're all together. It was a limited release from the Disney store.
Okay.
30 normally. We're gonna run it at 27 bucks.
Those are really cool. So was it a box set or just?
It was a box set.
Yeah, that's so cool. Teresa, you got it.
There's Carl, and then there's Russell, and he is a $27 start also.
Any idea if a small World Carousel pin is still available in the parks?
When I was at Epcot, they had 10 left. Is there a chance it's available?
And he was there on Thursday.
That was Thursday, so we're talking, yesterday?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
So yeah, it was yesterday. So
that feels like eons ago.
It does feel like eons ago. And I will say this, they had 10 left, and I bought 2 of them. So, limited release. It was sold out at Contemporary and Boardwalk. Thank you, Steph. Goofy from the 2019 Food and Wine Festival, 25. We're going to run it at 22. But yeah, I know that the carousel pins have been going quick. Those and the fairy tale pins have been going like really quick.
Wah, 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 wah. Sophia Lilu, thank you so much for the raid.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you had a great show. And that's going to Teresa. Teresa, great grab on that one. Limited edition of 4,000. Julie, make it pink.
First show. Good job.
Ooh, congrats. Make it blue. Make it pink. Make it blue.
Aurora in her
30,
yes.
36 bucks. We're going to start that at.
All right, that one's running.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pins left of what you pulled. The Jessica and Roger pin were run. Somebody was asking about the limited release cabins pin.
Oh, I don't think anyone.
Nobody pulled that.
Yep. No one pulled it.
I think the white's just a transition sort of thing.
Adria Lewis.
And then we've got limited edition of 5,000. Maleficent Dragon.
Ariel Cruiser is coming up.
Ariel Cruiser is coming up.
Yep.
Ellie of 5,000. 35, we're going to run it 31.
There we go.
But no, I'm excited. I might even have time to pop this box open.
Oh.
and just start looking at some of the pins that came in this one.
Ren Marks, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. This was the only one of the Figment Festival of the Arts pins. These are limited edition of 2,500. 40 bucks. We're going to run it at 36, but it is him in different pieces of art. This is the one they usually hang in France. Not sure what it's called. Don't ask me.
Did you show any vintage vinyl pins?
The vintage vinyls, yes. We have one. One's coming up next.
And then we have another one down the line.
In the pins that were pulled. And then I think there was only one that wasn't pulled. There was 4 more of these that were not pulled, just so you guys know. That will be coming up in show and sell. Different pieces of artwork, I should say. Vintage vinyl, Dumbo. Limited edition of 3,000. 27, we're going to start that at.
There we go.
But yeah, we were talking about when we were looking at I was looking at Blue Bayou for booking earlier today, and I told Julie I'm I was really I was really bored. I was looking into the VIP tours.
I told him absolutely not.
She said
already posted in his Instagram story.
She said absolutely not.
I said absolutely not.
So at Disneyland, if you do the VIP tour, it's $800 per hour for when we're going to be there, and you have to book them for 7 hours, which is $5,600.
That would take way too much of our time while we're at the park, so we just can't.
Congratulations, Lovebug. Limited edition of 250. I wish it showed on the back.
What's inside, yeah.
Yeah, what's on the other side. I'm going to take it so we can show you guys what's on the other side of it.
Dollywood has really nice pins now. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, SeaWorld does it, Universal does it, so Dollywood should do it too.
It's Gaston. We'll just keep it on that side, because everyone loves Gaston. Everyone loves Gaston. Who doesn't love Gaston? So on this one, like we said, this is a Disney Employee Center, so an employee exclusive, limited edition of 250, 75 normally. We're gonna run this at 67 bucks.
Oh, you're welcome, Lovebug. My cousins and I have agreed when we do Disneyland, we will do a VIP tour. Always wanted to do it, but needs to be special. Yeah, and the thing is the reason I say absolutely not is because we don't have a full day at the park.
Auntie Cupcake, congratulations on that one. Good grab on that grail. Limited edition of 2,000. Ariel, Windows of Magic. $100 normally. She is going to be 90 bucks. But yeah, we like I said, I was looking into it just to get pricing because I know on the lower end you can do it's $500 per hour. which if you have 10 people, it breaks it down to like $350 for the day, which is actually cheaper than doing the unlimited
Yeah.
lightning lanes. Like it's so you might as well just do the VIP tour at that point. Kappa, great grab.
Yeah, the only issue is there's 3 of us, and that's a lot of money for
I know.
us to like put into it.
Aerial Park Cruiser, limited edition of 2,000, 40 normally. We're gonna run that at $36.
There we go. We're still considering doing a VIP tour. It all really just comes down to timing.
Yeah, it really comes down to timing, and when we definitely want to do it. We were talking about around when the Disney pin event is. Since we're local, it's easier for us to kind of go on like a Thursday or something like that.
Seemavar, congrats.
Congrats. Park Cruiser, it is for Peter Pan's Flight, the pirate ship. Limited edition of 2,000. We're going to run that at $31. 4 pins left that were pulled.
I do have a list of people that said they would sign up for the
that wanted to do
for here at Disney World. So I mean, I have the list. I know it's doable. It's just a matter of timing. If we can get that to work.
Yeah, I mean, the pins are nice, but it's not like something that I need.
Maybe we should technically plan it for around the D23 time since we didn't get tickets.
It's true. We probably should.
That would maybe be a little bit better.
TM Brown, congratulations. I love this pin. The Paradise Falls, and it's got coins inside of it. Limited edition of 3,000, 45 normally. We're going to run that at $40.
Yes, he got the VIP pin. His buddy knew somebody that was taking that tour, so they were able to get it for him. So he has that.
So, Julie, do you have an idea of how many pins you have at any given time? We're estimating in the 70,000 range at this point. Plus, then we're selling off for, we call him Red Binder Guy.
He wants to be anonymous.
He wants to be anonymous. And then Nice Old Lady also would like to be anonymous.
Yes.
When you combined at one point in time, we probably had between all 3 of us pins that we were selling was probably in about the 300,000 range, probably 250 to 300. Like I'd say 275 to 300,000.
I put a giveaway up for you guys, so get in on that.
But we have about 70,000. I mean, I just had 500 pins just get dropped off, and then I've got another probably 500 pins coming tomorrow.
Julie bought a collection of 200 pins.
Julie bought a collection of 200 pins.
That's coming in the mail.
I have another one.
Next week.
I have another one.
Yeah.
I have the ones
$22 start.
$22 start. Yep. For Spring is in the Air.
Yeah, well, somebody reached out to me on Instagram. It was out of the blue too.
Yeah.
It's not like I, put anything out there like.
Well, Julie started showing me the pictures, and I'm like, that's nice vintage stuff.
Yeah.
And then there was some of the clusters, like the WDI clusters were mixed in, and I'm like, you can't pass that up at that point. Like, even if we take that to the pin event, we trade it off and get some other stuff, it's just cool stuff to have.
And then Disney Mom, congratulations. That's a cute pin.
Oh, Graily Grail.
Another El Capitan.
Oh, man. Beauty and the Beast. This pin is gorgeous. The blue on there, it just pops. Limited edition of 300. I feel like I need to have, like, the gloves, like, when they have the cards. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like I need, like, the special gloves. 225, so we'll just say 200 on that.
Richard doesn't believe in pin jail, so I've tried to put him in pin jail before, and he doesn't listen. So, yeah, no, I guess there's no such thing as pin jail in our house.
Oh, there is no such thing as pin jail.
Are there any pins left that you haven't seen in person? Yeah.
I mean, there definitely is.
Definitely things come up, like that Beauty and the Beast, the bell pin that he showed you. Like, that's not anything. He thought it was a fantasy pin. So...
Limited edition of 3,000, $35 normally for the Mary Poppins. We're going to run that at $31.
There you go.
I think the biggest thing, especially for like when you talk about weird stuff, like Jess has created pins that are LE5 that were only handed out to executives. Yeah. And she's never seen the actual pin, and she created the pins.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy to think about that stuff.
Do you have any Treasure Planet? I need to grow my Morph army.
Nothing really right now at this point. Especially tonight, we're not going to have any.
Congrats.
There we go, Bree. Yeah, they were handed out to the 5 executives of like one of the parks, and she made them, and she's like, I never can be complete because I'm not going to get one of those 5.
Yeah.
And I was like, what about the artist proof? She's like, we didn't do artist proofs on those.
Oh, bummer.
I was like, oh, that
You would have
stinks.
thought everything would have an artist.
Yep.
No, I guess not.
We did get tickets to the Nifty 50. We are going to the Nifty 50s.
We're very excited about it.
Okay, so if you guys are new here, we do a little game called Show and Sell.
Oh yeah. Now Liz is asking a question
Oh,
about
what do we got?
the numbers with LEs and what they mean. So,
So-
basically what an LE means.
So, like when I show this and somebody's like, oh, this is a really cool pin, and they see the price and they're like, oh, why is there's only 300 of these that exist. Limited edition is the specific amount of pins that there are. Limited release is the amount of time it's out for a limited amount of time. So, like if you see something like this and you see it's limited edition of, we sold an LE 250.
Yeah.
We had an LE of 100 that somebody pulled.
We had a Tinkerbell that
And they
sold
ran
for
away.
100.
Yeah, we had a Tinkerbell that was not. There's
Yeah.
only 100 of this pin that exist.
Right.
So just think about the scarcity. They talk about like if you're into trading cards and you see it's a 1 of 1.
They sit in people's collections, and just imagine the ones that maybe the pin back breaks. What if the pin back breaks and someone doesn't know what to do, and then they just toss it? They're like, oh well, it broke. I can't do anything with it.
Or
Then it's even more limited.
they super glue a thumbtack to the back.
Oh, we've had that. We've gotten a collection once that had that.
The guy super glued thumbtacks for a piece that broke. Don't
to your
do that.
pins. Take it to a jeweler. See if they can help.
See if they
you.
can fix it. Okay, so these are the pins that were not chosen today. We are running them at what we call show and sell.
10 seconds until the giveaway runs.
If you say run it, we will run it at the 10% discount that we were offering.
Yeah.
So automatically, if you say, oh, run that, we're going to run it at that 10% discount. Or you can make a reasonable offer. If I say yes, we'll run it for that price. If I say no, then it just goes back into the pile.
Miller, Sarah, congratulations. You got the giveaway. Also, be specific, though, because he's going to show you them kind of fast. So if it's Pluto, run Pluto.
Yeah.
Or will you take, this much for Mickey? And
yeah.
So kind of be specific.
Be very specific about it, but then we're going to be a little quick with it because we want to show you everything that didn't run in the show today. All right, here we go. Limited edition of 1,000. We had that monorail series. You're going to see a whole bunch of the monorail pins because these were the whole entire frame set. So Corey, we'll go ahead and run that at $36. These are all limited edition of 1,000, except for Figment is coming up. He is a limited edition of 600.
There he goes.
These were run on card. You could buy these in cards, in a booster pack, or on the frame set. Those are the only 3 ways that you were able to get those. Zap soldered a pin back before also. That's a better option than super gluing a thumbtack.
Absolutely.
I will tell you that is 1,000% a better option.
And even, yeah.
Lars, congratulations. Figment is a limited edition of 600 monorail. He is at 125. Next we have Mickey, limited edition of 1,000. He is at $40. Next, Minnie Mouse, limited edition of 1,000. She is at a $40 also. So we're gonna run Mickey, and that is a $36 start. And just remember, when we say run, just say run Mickey, because I am gonna show them to you pretty quick.
All right, so that's running.
35 on the mini monorail. We'll do 35 on the mini monorail next, and then 100 on Figment.
Yes.
I'll do that.
It was actually Mickey Monorail, which is already running.
Mickey Monorail. Okay, I'm Mickey Monorail. So if somebody says run it, we're going to run it at the 10% discount. So it's 36 is what we started that at.
That's Lars.
And then no one said mini yet, right? I think we're good. Okay, so mini's still up there. Figment, we're going to run at $100.
There we go.
Some of this stuff I have more wiggle room than other stuff. I always tell that to people. Like sometimes I have a lot of wiggle room, sometimes I have a little bit of wiggle room. Park Cruiser pins are coming up in the next bucket. We're already done with bucket 1.
Ooh, Pack, you hit the goat tier.
Ooh, goat tier. Pack, you only got 1 more tier to go. You get 4 screams. We got Donald Monorail. Don't tell my husband. Sorry, Pack. Limited edition of 1,000 on Donald. Run mini first, so we'll run that at 36.
And these are just Walt Disney World pins. They came from a frame set, right?
These specific ones were from the frame set because you couldn't get the Tinkerbell without the frame set.
Mm-hmm. So it's not like they're WDI or anything like that.
These are just limited edition, low limited edition pins.
Yes.
If I always say if it's 1,000 or lower, that's a low limited edition. How many people collect Minnie Mouse? More than 1,000 people collect Minnie Mouse.
Right.
So it's one of those where.
Lars, you got it.
And then we'll run Donald at 36. And I already got bucket 2 is on the table.
Yeah, good job. Yeah, you're welcome.
I just realized I won socks. You did win socks. Congratulations. Any more Alice tonight? Yes. There is more Alice tonight.
We have a plethora of Alice, because nice old lady. She loved her Alice collection.
She has Alice, the Alice Grails that we've kind of inherited at this point.
She almost cried when she gave them to
She was very
Richard.
sad.
She was sad to let go of some of her Alices. And we didn't force her. She just was ready for it.
So we've had a couple of these already. It is Daisy for the Food and Wine Festival. She is at 25. Ooh, here's a nice one, Jules. We talk about they just released a new vanity mirror set for WDI. Here is Ursula and Vanessa. Limited edition of 1,000 Disney auctions. This is 75 normally.
Do you know if there was any more Auroras that were pulled for today?
Not that we're pulled. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Figment Food and Wine, nice little stained glass on there. 25 on Figment. Dumbo Park Cruiser, limited edition of 2,000, and that is at $30. We have Alice in Wonderland from Disneyland The Ride, limited edition of 2,000. Then it's 35. 20 on Figment. We'll do 20 on Figment.
30 for Alex.
30 for Alice.
Yes.
We'll definitely do that.
Run Dumbo.
And then we'll run Dumbo after Alice.
What's your opinion on Artland stuff? New to pins and all the licensed makers.
Anything that's licensed is not official Disney. If they made a Figment pin, would I collect it? Yes. They probably won't because Disney usually doesn't give out the rights to Figment that easily to make stuff like that.
Pins for life. Congratulations.
Congratulations. We're going to run Alice at 30. Limited edition of 2,000. So they're not going to do stuff like that. So for me, they're nice pins. Artland has been around a little bit longer. They used to be called Acme pins.
Yes, yeah.
They've been around a little bit longer than like Pink a la Mode. Pink a la Mode, really nice pins. They release a lot of pins though.
Olivia P.
Somebody already asked us to run this, so we're going to run it at $27 for the Dumbo. But they do release a lot of pins. It's not that their pins are very nice. They just, I feel like every week I turn around, there's a new limited edition set that comes out.
Janoski, if you want to let us know when you're done driving, we can run it. I'd rather not spin if I don't have to today. T.M. Brown.
Or as Crush has said multiple times a week. There we go. T.M. Brown.
Just let us know when you're ready and we can run it.
The Tomorrowland Speedway, limited edition of 2,000. That's at $50. Artist Collection. These are the ones that just came out. Limited edition of 1,500. $30 for Dumbo.
Richard loves talking about pins.
I literally, you guys get me on the right topic, and I will talk for the next 3 hours, guys. That's what I tell you.
Yeah.
Limited edition of 1,500 Spectro Magic from the Artist Collection series that these sold out. There's only one that has not sold out yet, but all the this one and that one and the next one have all sold out already. 35 on that. Spectro for 30?
Well, yeah.
We can definitely do that for you. We got some DuckTales pins coming up.
Woo.
I was waiting for it.
Dumbo, please. Okay, Lars.
Great grab on that one. 25 on Dumbo.
Give me a Y, give me an E, give me an S. Yeah!
WDI pins are sold on the company website. So you have to get those directly from Disney. Disney's website. The cast members have a chance to get those.
So Colio, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. I don't like when I look at the tier. Limited edition of 1500 from that artist series, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It's at $40 right now. And then the last from that series, 1500. It is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Run Toad. I got Toad at a good price right now.
What's his start?
40. We're gonna run at 36. And remember, we're doing the 10% discount if you guys are telling us to run.
We had a Rapunzel earlier that ran. I'm not 100% sure if there's more Rapunzel in today's show, so you'd have to stick around. I don't recall what's in the bucket.
It literally could go either way right now.
But you can always look at Richard's Instagram his stories to see if you spot any.
Yes. Good Luck, Bad Luck, limited edition of 1,000, $30. Good Luck, you found the perfect girl. Bad Luck, she's way too tall for you. 27 would be the 10% discount on that one.
Yes, DSSH is in California, so it is, for anyone that lives in the state of California.
Discontinued pin, Julie, are you ready?
Yes.
New DuckTales discontinued.
Yep.
$50 start on that one.
Dopey for 25.
Dopey for 25. We'll run Dopey at 25.
Well, yes.
Oh man, I feel like these people were in the show earlier.
Of course they were.
I feel like people
That's
were.
why you gotta scream. It's Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, we have 2 of the newer style DuckTales coming up here very soon.
Is there a book or a website to know more about pins?
No.
Not necessarily more about pins. It's just more of you can go and look at our assortment of pins. You can search for things. If there's characters that you like, you can search. We use pinpicks.com. Cruiser for 45.
Cruiser for 45. We could do that.
Congrats, Stepfish.
Julie.
Yep.
You could just pick the brain of somebody who likes to talk about pins, who you're currently watching.
Cruiser for 45.
Just saying. I like to talk about pins. I already said yes. So Cruiser for 45. We will definitely do that.
There we go. Someone's asking about Aladdin. Well, they did ask about Aladdin. I don't know if we have Aladdin. It might be in the buckets. Again, if you want to see what we have for tonight's show, you can look at Richard's Instagram, which is the Figment Guy.
Yeah, not all the lattes got pulled. Not all the we have a whole bunch of stuff that didn't get pulled. That is awesome.
But we're gonna show you as much as we can.
Ariel, Ursula is at 75. And so that's if we ran it. If you say run, we're gonna do a 10% discount.
We're gonna wait on Ursula though because Janoski's driving and she would like a chance.
She'd like a chance at it. Okay, gotcha. Limited release, the Cabins pin that you could only $20. 20.
I think that's the price of the pin. So
$20.
I don't think we can do $20.
$20.
Why not take fees and we
Sassy Shimer. Sassy Shimer. Well, Dusty said run, so we're gonna run it at 27.
27. There we go.
I still appreciate you, Shimer.
$1, sorry.
I mean, we've been here before when I've said, "Oh no, I can't go that low," and then I started at $1. That's legitimately one of my favorite things to do now.
Dusty G, you got it. And you hit fragments here. Make sure you hit that little circle.
You get your coupon that you can click.
You have to redeem the coupon before making a purchase.
Happily Ever After
$5.
pin is coming up in the next couple pins here.
Yes.
They didn't. No one said anything else, right? I think we're good to move on.
I
Okay.
think so.
Okay. Marathon Mickey pin. It is $15. Julie, do it as a $1 start.
Okay.
$1 start.
$1 start. Get yourself
Marathon
the
Mickey pin.
Marathon Mickey from 2021.
You can say that you ran the marathon in 2021, and they'll be like, "No, you didn't." Like, I got a pin to prove I ran the marathon.
I just joined the Best Pin Facebook page.
Well, that's good.
Pin Training Disney. It is the best. I don't want to go to the campground and get one.
I don't want to. I mean,
Yeah, we looked when we were at Disney Springs because someone did ask on Richard's Instagram. Congrats, Dusty B. And we looked because sometimes they carry resort pins there, but they did not have that pin there at Disney Springs.
how do you use the fragment here? There should be a little like circle with Fragment's face or whatever up there. When you click on that, you can hit the redeem button, and it automatically adds it to your wallet.
So your next purchase, you'll get $5 off.
Yeah, it has to be clicked before you make the purchase, and then it'll be good to go. Flower and Garden from 2021, Donald and Daisy, and that is $25. Start with the
I don't
topiaries.
think we have any adorbs today.
Happy 4th of July, limited edition of 5,000 with the new DuckTales characters, and that's at $20.
The game consoles all got picked earlier.
I think every
so
single one of
every
them got
one of
pulled,
them
yeah.
has sold.
Disneyland Paris, Ariel in her winter outfit from 2019. $35 on that one.
First DuckTales for $40.
I can do that.
Yes.
That's
What?
an expensive pin.
Okay,
Just FYI.
I don't know. You put $50 on it, so that's within my wiggle room.
Okay.
So I'm okay with
It's
that.
running.
That's within my wiggle room, ma'am. If you wanted to go for more, you got to put more on it.
All right, Shells. you
Chels,
got it.
congratulations.
Big grab on it.
Ooh, this is a Graily Grail. Limited edition of 250. Do you like Gaston? Do you like the Beast? Do you like the Beast choking Gaston over the edge? Oh.
Do you like gargoyles?
Do you like gargoyles?
Yeah.
It is $160. It is so. There's only 250 of these that exist. Crazy intro. I need to do more crazy intros like that. Is at 160. So I'll pop that over there. Hong Kong Disneyland. We got Tinkerbell from the Lollipop series, and that is $20.
Imagine being Gaston complete.
I know.
You have to have that.
You have to have it. And then Simba from that same series, he's at $25. I'm gonna do last call for anything that's up here, except for we'll put that off to the side whenever Janoski's freed up. So if there is anything else that you want, this is the last call. I'm gonna pop them off of here.
For 15.
And Simba for 20, we'll do
Yes.
both of those. Tink first, then Simba.
Okay. Run flower also.
Flower Garden. Okay, we'll run that after that.
That is a fun fact, Karen. Yes, we're doing Simba for 20 right after this one.
Karen, congrats on that one. And then we've got Simba's going to be $20. Next one I'm going to show after I clear the rest of this. Beast for $150. I think that's a fair.
That's a very fair
That's a very
offer.
fair offer. We will go ahead and run that right after this.
After what was it? Flower and
Oh,
Garden?
Flower and Garden. Yes, we'll run Flower and Garden then that.
Well, yes.
Yes, the Moana pin sold earlier. That was the Tafiti.
The
pin.
Tafiti one, yes, that
Yeah.
did. Congrats.
Chels.
I swear, one of these days when we finish up the show and I have pin mail like that, I should just open it up and not sell anything and just show it.
Just show it.
Just show it after a show.
All right, so we're doing Flower and
Flower and Garden, and that would be
22
22 on that.
Start. There you go.
I showed the box earlier. The box is gigantic.
It is big. Yeah.
It's like tall. If Fancy was standing on Thor's back, the box is still taller.
I have a giveaway running up at the top for you.
$1 start everything. That's
Oh
insanity.
my gosh. Congrats, Stephanie Dill. You got
Congrats,
that one.
Stephanie. Okay, so we're gonna do 150 on the beautiful Beauty and the Beast pin. I should say Beast and Gaston
There it
pin.
is. All right, so Janoski's home, so we can run the Ursula pin
Okay.
next.
I'm gonna do last call and clear these other 4 off the board, and then I'll pop that over.
Congratulations, Dying Dino.
Great grab. It is a Graily Grail, beautiful pin. Just a different pin.
Yes.
Like, you don't see that. I don't think they'd have Beast strangling Gaston
No.
anymore. Last call on Daisy. Last call on 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Last call on the 4th of July. I almost said Chip and Dale. DuckTales. And then last call on the Disneyland Paris Ariel Winter. And then we're going to do the Ursula and Vanessa Disney Auctions limited edition of 1,000.
What's the discount?
Are we just doing it the normal run?
Discount, the 10%.
Okay, so 67.
67.
I wasn't sure if we were
There we
doing
go.
if they had set a price or anything like that.
No, I don't believe so.
I'm gonna pop these in there also.
I gave you a bucket, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Janoski, congratulations. I'll show these one last time before I put them in the bucket. So I do have the El Capitan 15 on ducks. I can do 15 on ducks. Let's run the 15 on ducks. So the El Capitan was $225 is the price on that one. See, people like Jeff hope that you guys don't buy the pins so that he can trade for them.
That is a big thing. Congrats,
that is a big thing.
Not typically, Pierce. It's a little bit harder to do stuff like that.
LE 100 and LE 250. There's some we have some crazy Alice Grail pins.
Oh, yeah.
Those are Ursula. I think that might have been it that I put into this show because I didn't want to go too crazy. Whew.
Show the stained glass on a white background.
Yes. Limited edition of 3,000. Happily Ever After. This is the one that's on your board.
Yes, I have.
You have this one on the board. $125 is the price on that one. A white background.
We'll run it for you in just a second, Jay Waters.
Which one? That one?
Yeah.
Okay. I have my backer cards right here. I got them right, babe.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So everything is stained glass except for Alice. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Yeah, it's a
125. I take Julie's off her board. Excuse me. No. I saved my backer card too, so I do have my.
Yes,
backer card.
Julie would keep hers.
How much was that, Alice?
This one is a $250, and it is $250.
Yeah. But we would run it at 10% off.
10%. I ran it at 10%, so it would be $225.
$225, yeah.
If somebody wants it at $200, I'm just throwing that out there.
All right, so we're running Happily Ever After. What's the discount on that one?
$125, so it's gonna be $13 off. So we're gonna run at $112.
All right, there you go.
So like I said, I have a lot to take to the pin event. Like, I have more pins coming. You guys saw the releases that came out this week, right? Like, I got one of everything coming. And two of some of it.
Heather, congratulations.
Like one of you, all the releases that came out, DSSH, every.
Can I see the other pin again?
The LE 100. Disney Auctions limited edition of 100. This was in somebody's Instagram live sale for $800.
20 seconds till the giveaway runs. So get in on the giveaway if you haven't already. And then this would be 10% off.
It'll be there. Like I said, it's one of those. I know it's a Graily Grail. Pins will be for sale and for trade.
Yes.
Limited edition of 250 Genie Walt Disney Imagineering. He's at $50.
Root for UNC. Congratulations, you got
Congrats.
the giveaway. I don't think she's a gnome. No.
Gomes. No, it's the artist.
Gomes. Oh, I read that
The
wrong.
series. Look at that. Limited edition of 250. It's a undated Thanksgiving, and Mickey and Minnie dressed as turkeys. Walt Disney Imagineering. Dumbo, limited edition of 3,000. It's a really cute spring pin. $20 is what we got that at. Limited edition of 1,500. This is the resort Do Not Disturb, but it is for Port Orleans. So that is Port Orleans, and that is 25.
Dumbo for 12.
You know what? I cannot go that low, Julie. There's no way that I could go as low as $12. $1 start.
I know you had a little while ago, but any chance you got another Plymouth Rock?
Plymouth Rock, not at the moment. That was a weird one that we sold that one like pretty quick. There's some of these ones that we've been getting here and there that like the moment it comes in, like 10 people decide that they want that, and then it's gone, and then it's like I'm out there looking to try to trade for another one because I know there's other people that are interested in it.
Right.
Congrats. Port Orleans for 15. Julie, there's no way I could go that low for the Port Orleans pin. $1 start.
Silly Richard.
Hey, if it's not fun, what are we doing here? That is this pin is so gorgeous.
Karen, congratulations.
Do you like Belle in dresses that are really kind of crazy and fancy? Because that pin's ridiculous.
Yes, Liz. Anything that's WDI is always going to be a cast member purchase.
Yes.
So.
Well, it could have been purchased at like an event
Unless
we
it's
went to.
yeah.
But if it's first day, it is like, you know. Same thing with, DEC also. Thanks, Dream.
Yep.
This is the rewards pin from 2021. And that's the Plain Crazy Mickey.
I like that one.
Remy. This is the limited release from Food and Wine Festival. He's at 35 at the moment.
What does DEC stand for?
Disney Employee Center. Run turkeys at $1 next.
No. 1,000 times no.
That was almost the perfect one for that.
Turkey's the cutest thing, though. I love that pin.
Remy for 30. We can do Remy for 30. Yes. That's like, I'll be honest, guys. So what happens is I post the pictures, and you know what people say to me? I get people, and I start to get a lot of pictures on Instagram. And you know what those usually it is? It isn't people wanting me to pull the pins. They're like, oh, bring that to the pin event if it doesn't get picked.
Yeah.
Please bring that to the pin event if it doesn't get picked. And I'm like, well, we can do that. 15 on Mini Castle. Yeah, we can do that.
Yes. We have so many Belle pins.
There's so many Belle pins. But the one
pins.
I'm going to show that's next after this runs is a limited edition 500, and it's $125. It is gorgeous.
Congrats, Lars.
Like, that's just, come on. That's just a pretty pin.
She is gorgeous.
She is at 125. She's Ellie of 500, which means there's only 500 of her that exist. We have Scoop from the Main Street Gazette series. These are limited edition of 2000, and that is $45 for Haunted Mansion. $30. It is Alani. What's Stella Lou?
Maybe.
I think it's Stella Lou.
I'm not sure.
Don't quote me on that. I think I know Duffy's. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dopey.
I don't recall any Steamboat Willie in today's show. Not that
No.
I can remember.
I almost put a Steamboat Willie from this series because I have 2 of them right now, but I did not.
20 for the Alani.
We do 20 on Alani.
Yeah.
And that's 40 on the Fairy Tale Aladdin pin. We're going to do 20 on Alani.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit of Dumbo.
We had quite a
tonight.
bit of Dumbo.
I don't know what we have left though.
We'll run Aladdin next. Do you have the Beauty and the Beast fairy tale? I do, but it's in a book somewhere. They're in the limited edition books behind me. Since that was from the first month.
Disney Cali.
And then run. It's going to be 36. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, Pack. Yeah, we can do that.
Yes.
Haunted Mansion for 40. We'll run it right after the bell. Yeah, it's one of those, like, it's just one of those, I'll be honest, guys. I have a bucket sitting next to me. If you like Belle, I'm sorry.
We're trying really hard not to show too much of it because
Like-
it's literally an entire bucket of all sorts of bells.
Here, just let me dig in here. What do I got here?
This is this is from the coworker that Richard has. She needed some help and needed to get rid of some of her pins. So we're helping her sell some of her stuff. And she was a Beauty and the Beast lover. Is a Beauty and the Beast
Yeah,
lover.
she collected Beauty and the Beast like
And
crazy.
I have a full box that we still have to go through and price.
Here's rapid fire. 150 on the horse. 800 on Gaston profile.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Bell profile, $2,000.
Ouch.
Ah, that is the last sold is $2,000 on that pin too.
Yeah.
And there's so much. Like they're beautiful pins, but they're grails.
They are.
It is literally I'll be honest, guys, I was talking to her and I went and I told her, I'm like, yeah, we were pricing some of the stuff out and like you got some really nice stuff. And she's like, I looked some of the stuff up like 3 or 4 years ago and I was like, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skyrocketed.
It's not even skyrocket. It's just they're beautiful and they're all grails.
We will eventually show you guys these in a show. So
But
that
I mean,
you
there's
can
even
choose it,
even
but
like this kind of stuff. Like it's gorgeous. Like look at that.
it's unique.
It's just unique. It's just unique Bell stuff. So
Yeah.
and so we're gonna do Bell at 100 for the LE 500. I don't understand what a profile is. A profile is a limited edition of basically 250. There's not a lot of them, and everybody went kind of gaga over them. Congrats, Pack.
Yeah, we can't have just a whole Bell show because then we're not targeting everyone. We're only targeting a small group.
Oh wow, I forgot about this one. Limited edition of 200. Look at that pin on pin. Oh,
Beautiful. Muppets, we had 2 Muppets tonight. I don't think there's any more that are in this bucket.
like just pretty pins.
So grails are pins that are typically very low limited edition size that a lot of people are in search of.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes it more expensive because it's in high demand, but there's so few of them.
Yeah,
So that's what makes a grail.
like just I'm going through this and it's just like, yes, that one's really nice. The book one.
Did we
At
get
least
through all of the vinyls?
Limited edition 200. We have a couple. We still got more buckets to go. I was just showing some
Yeah.
Bell.
Well, we have.
We got distracted by Bell pins.
Can you run that one chip? You showed a chip pin.
It was are you talking about this one?
I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention.
Talking about that one? If you'd like me to run it, I'll run it at the 10% discount. So I'll pop it there. We'll run it next because somebody had asked us to run this at 40 for the Haunted Mansion. So we'll do that first,
Haunted Mansion.
and then I can go ahead and do that. You got to catch me at the right time, guys.
Give me a Y. Give me an E. Give me an S. Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo! But like I said, a lot of that is
those ones are priced already, so I don't
Yeah.
mind running something that's already priced.
if it's already priced and we're going to do the same discount we were going to probably do when we first show it to you anyways.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no problem
Yeah,
running it for you
Brown,
guys.
Congratulations.
It's a pretty pin.
36.
36 is what we're going to run that at.
There we go.
I'll be the nice old lady.
There you go. You never know where life brings you. Full
I've
circle.
I've jokingly said, I've had people jokingly say like to me at pin events, and they're like, "Oh well, you know, when I get to that point and I'm ready to, I'm gonna give you all my pins."
Yeah.
And I mean that is how it is.
Congratulations, Taylor. You hit the fragment.
Oh, fragment
here.
here.
So go up to that little circle up at the top and redeem your coupon before you make any other purchases.
Black Pearl, $25 on that one. Nice dangle on the Black Pearl pin. Pop-up books. It is. I can't even think. Peter Pan. Wow. Peter Pan. He's at 30.
Yes, Fancy is a rag doll.
Yes. Black Pearl, we're going to run, they said. So we're going to run that at 22. Yes.
The funny thing is we bought collections that people have purchased from us, and it's still on our backer cards when we're purchasing it back from them.
That
And
has
that's always
happened.
kind of funny. It's like, that's truly full circle there. Congratulations, Taylor.
Hunchback of Notre Dame, and that is the pop-up book series. That's at 30 also. Casey at the bat, 35. He is a limited edition of 400 from the Shorts series. Run Hunchback. So Hunchback, we're going to go ahead and run it at 27. I'm literally, you guys are bad because now I'm like looking through the bucket.
Well, can we get through
yes, let's get
the
through
other pins first?
Yes, let's get
How
through
much
the
is
other
there
things.
even? Like,
There's
Kay's Hearts 91. Thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. And we said run Peter, so we're going to run that at 27.
There we go.
I got to put these bell pins away.
Can you remove the turkey mini and Mickey my wife wants to buy? And I said no. I love that.
Okay, I'll get rid of it.
Secolio, congratulations. Look how cute they are, and it's undated.
It's so adorable.
You want it. You know you want it. Fragment here. Casey for 30.
Casey for 30. We can do Casey for 30. That'll be next.
All right, there you go.
I am probably going to do last call on the two that are up there.
When are you doing the crazy deal on the hidden Mickeys?
The 16th, the bags for $15.
Oh,
That's for Whatnot Con. That's going to be on the 16th and the 18th. We'll be doing that. $15 a bag.
Greg 38372. Thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family.
And I see you just got to work on your payment, but we have it set aside for you.
Last call. Turkeys and Genie. Three Little Pigs. Limited release from the Artist series. That is $25.
Yes.
Yes, May.
Is running May 15th through the 18th, but we're just running it on the 16th and the 18th.
Limited release from the shorts. It's DuckTales. Woo.
Ooh.
That is 30.
Whatnot had a cute video today too, a reel on Instagram. I thought it was kind of funny. They did a good job.
Glow in the dark?
Con?
I didn't see it yet.
You didn't?
No. Limited edition of 3. I was working, so
I thought I saw you liked it.
I don't think I liked
Maybe
any.
you liked it, but didn't look at it.
Limited edition of 3,000. Could have been. 25 for the hyenas and Scar.
It was basically saying you could dress up like cosplay.
Oh, okay.
You're at home.
You're at home, so it doesn't matter.
So it's okay.
I did see that because Whatnot Collectibles says I call the eggplant emoji
costume.
It's kind
kind of cute.
Limited edition
That's
of
pretty.
1,000. Yes, this is limited edition of 1,000. This is the cruise line. And then there's the Walt Disney World version. There's 3 versions:
Oh,
Cruise Line,
wow.
Walt Disney World, and Disneyland. They're 25
Those
each
are
on those.
gorgeous.
It's 25 on that. If you say to run it, it would be 22 is what the start would be. Or if you want to offer something, offer something. Limited release. This is a Tiny Kingdom. It is the Tiny Kingdom Goofy's on Mickey's Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Run for 20.
For what?
Probably the Scar.
Scar? Yeah, we'll do 20 on that.
Well, yes.
DuckTales for 25. We can do that.
Yes.
We'll run that right after this.
2021 Disney World.
We'll run that next after DuckTales. Congratulations, Pierce. And DuckTales is going to run at 25. Ooh, we got another Figment pin that they didn't pull. There's quite a few Figment pins that didn't. I think there was 5 total that didn't get pulled for tonight.
Giveaway is up and running. Don Pauly 206. Thank you so much for your first purchase. It's Figment Guy Pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. And we're going to do. That one was next.
Yeah, Walt Disney World.
It's the Walt Disney World one, and that's going to be 22, and then 20 for pigs right after. We'll do that. Got some lattes coming up here in a little bit. Yes, limited edition is a little bit more valuable than limited release because there's less of them.
Congrats, Dave Chelsea.
Next is the pigs, and that is going to be 20. This next series of pins that I'm going to show you was actually a collection that I had collected at one point. These aren't the ones I collected, but this was a collection I collected when we got here in 2019. It was like the first series that I really collected. Tried to get the whole series month by month.
Root for UNC. Congrats. Is an LE more valuable than a limited edition?
Yes.
Or release?
I definitely answered that already.
What?
Say what?
Get out of here.
The Magic of Honor series. These were all Walt Disney World. Limited edition of 2000. Figment Journey into Imagination. That's at $70.
I'm tuning you out.
It's okay, babe. It's okay.
Oh, man.
You completely tuned me out on that one.
Totally did.
Haunted Mansion from that same series. That's at 55. Spaceship Earth. So look at the characters that they have on here. They got Antler Guy. They call her, I think they call her like Foxy Cleopatra.
Yes.
That's in the thing. The only person they're missing is the guy that's pounding reeds flat at the beginning. Papyrus. He's pounding the reeds flat to make paper, which unfortunately created taxes.
Yes.
Limited edition of 2000. That's at
Thank the
$50.
Phoenicians.
Thank the Phoenicians every day. We got a Yeti. Expedition Everest limited edition of 2000. Is the Sleeping Monk on there? Oh, the Sleeping Monk is on there.
He is.
He is on there. That's amazing.
Represented.
Yes, these are all ride pins. Dumbo, the Flying Elephant, limited edition of 2000, and that is $30. And Star Tours, limited edition of 2000, that's at $60. Now, these ones, here's another Tiny Kingdom. This is actually the tower that's in Italy.
Okay. Why are you looking
Okay.
at me?
I was just waiting for
I'm
it.
watching
Okay.
you on the laptop. What?
27 on that one. Okay.
Okay.
Latte, it is the Genie, limited edition of 3000. He's at 25. And then last call is going to come up after this. Limited edition of 3000. That is 35 for the Oswald latte. Cheshire sold earlier already. So I'm going to do last call on anything that's up here.
Chat got quiet. You guys.
Chat
What happened?
fell asleep. Are you guys watching 6 other shows? I'm just double checking.
Speaking of LE versus LR, historically,
Yeah.
30 on Oswald.
Doctors and Nurses Day were LE. This year they are LR, and people are saying that they will be in the parks. Do you agree?
They would have already had them in the parks.
But does that flyer that came out, does it say online exclusive?
I don't know. It doesn't. I didn't get that deep into it to look at that to let you know one way or the other.
Because the ones that have been online exclusive say on the flyers that come out monthly. So can you show Tiny Kingdom Goofy?
I'll show it in a second. And 40 on Star Tours, sure.
Yeah, baby.
So we'll run 40 Star Tours after I show the Goofy up close.
TM Brown, you guys have 30
Congrats.
seconds to get in on the giveaway that's running.
It is a Tiny Kingdom Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It's at 35. And then Star Tours, we're going to go at 40.
Go. I think online only, but didn't want to tell people the wrong info. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I
don't
didn't dig
remember,
that. Yeah, I didn't dig that deep into that
But
flyer.
I know they've been having a lot of online only stuff recently. Sammy Suarez, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family.
And Janoski, congrats, you got the giveaway.
And then somebody said we got Star Tours. Then somebody asked 30 on that. We can do 30 on Goof. And like I said, I'm going to do last call on anything that's up there. So there's 8 pins up there. If you want them run, speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to clear those off, and we're going to keep moving along.
Bree Clark.
Bree Clark, congratulations. Okay, last
20
call.
for Jeannie.
Jeannie. Yep.
Yeah,
We can do 20 on Jeannie. Any other lattes? We had them all. They were all pulled earlier in the show.
I think he might be the last one, right?
He is the last one because I'm in the bucket that they were.
Yeah.
I just emptied the bucket that they were in.
Nick Brenna, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Last call, Figment, 70. Last call, Haunted Mansion, 55. Last call, Dumbo, 30. Last call, Expedition Everest, 30. Last call, Spaceship Earth, 50. And last call, Tiny Kingdom Italy, 30. Limited edition of 250. It's 4 pins.
Mm-hmm.
That is at $100 for like the Art Deco, Andy Warhol type of limited edition of 250. Jasmine. She's at $150 for a Disney Shopping LE 250. These are all These are all shorts, animated shorts series. So limited release. I believe it's Paul Bunyan.
Looks like it.
$20. We got the elephant. He's limited edition of 400.
Running Paul.
$30. Running Paul. He's going to be 18.
There it goes.
And then Tracy to you. There you go. Elephant's gonna move over. He's 30. Not sure what the airplanes.
Paul Bunyan complete.
Paul Bunyan complete. Is that
Is
is that the only Paul
we know
Bunyan
for a
that there
fact?
is? Limited release for the plane. Tortoise and the Hare, limited edition of 400. That's at 30. And then the hats. That is $30 limited release. Mickey and Minnie, flying carpet,
Look how
$60.
pretty.
Beautiful series, yeah.
It's like the Morocco coloring, right?
I agree with that, yeah.
Beautiful.
Limited edition of 3,000. Jungle Book for the vinyl. 25, yeah, we can do that.
Give me an E. Give me an S. Yeah.
You want the vinyls run, Bree Clark? Okay.
Okay, we'll run that right after this one. Lori, congratulations. And then the vintage vinyl, 27 we're going to run that at.
Do you guys like Flower and Garden more or Food and Wine? I like Food and Wine.
I think Food and Wine, but the only thing I like about Flower and Garden lately has been that our favorite band to go see there, Blue October, is during that. But then Julie would say, well, yeah, but Hanson is during
Right.
Food and Wine. And Julie always drags me to at least one Hanson concert.
Yes.
It's in the rules.
Congrats, Bree Clark.
Congrats, Bree.
Did the ducklings sell earlier and I missed it?
What ducklings?
I don't know. Karasha, you'll have to say. I don't know which one you're talking about.
Okay, I'm going to pull this down. Last call on any of this. The line for Simple Plan was insane. It's usually bad for Boys to Men. 98 Degrees is pretty bad. Hanson's bad, like as far as the line. Blue October had the longest line that I've ever seen them have this year. So 60 on that last call. 30 on the Elephant Limited Edition 400 last call. 20 on the Plane limited release last call, and limited edition of 400 Tortoise and the Hare last call.
She thought it was that set that you just had, but it was ducklings.
Pop art. There's more of them coming.
Oh, there's more coming.
There's more in the next bucket that hasn't. Yeah, so there's more coming.
We only had
and
one.
Last call.
There was only one Jessica Rabbit tonight, and it sold earlier.
It did sell, yes.
I don't think there's any more tonight of Jessica.
Pass holder exclusive, limited edition of 2,500 Figment in Famous Paintings. 45 on that one. Then there is this one, limited edition of 2,500.
Yes, we will be on
40.
Easter Sunday at 12 o'clock. So we'll be on our normal time.
Yep, we got to get done before WrestleMania.
That's his requirement.
That's my requirement. We got to be
Nothing
done
else
before
matters.
WrestleMania. Nothing else matters.
Oh my gosh.
Figment crossing the Delaware with George Washington, which is amazing. $40 on that one. Limited edition of 2,500. Figment is Mona Lisa. $40. Oh, here we go, Jules. Limited edition of 300 WDI Russell. This series was gorgeous. $80 on that.
Any pop-up? I don't really know what that is.
Limited edition 1,000 from Pin Trading Nights. You had to go to the Pin Trading Nights to get the pin. 35 for Ariel. Lady and the Tramp, $30. And Lion King, $30. Limited edition 1,000. Ooh. Limited release Doctor's Day, $35. Figment Mona Lisa for $30.
Well, yes.
We can do that.
Also 30 for Figment Crossing Delaware.
We could do that also. We'll do that right after. And my marks saved from the vinyl, have they all run? I believe all the vinyls have run now. Somebody was asking about the video game series. We do have some of the video game series still coming up.
Sarah Does Disney, congrats.
There we go. We're going to do Crossing Delaware at 30. That's a steal at that. Good grab, Sarah. 40 was a steal, but 30 is even better of a deal.
So yeah, I think we might have ran all of the vinyls now. Magpie 31, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. So let's go through these. Lion King at 25. I can do Lion King at 25.
There we go.
Lady and the Tramp at 22.
You gasped. Did you hear him?
Yeah,
Sighed. He was
maybe.
like,
Maybe.
maybe. And then you've got Silver Figment for 30.
Let me think on that one.
The Atlantis.
Boo.
TW Penguin.
Who hiss? $22. Let's go. Limited edition of 1,000.
We've already sold the beast straggling. Poor Gaston.
Lori and Miguel are they're the ones holding on to this at this point. you guys are the ones holding on to the.
All right, it's Remy. Congrats.
I know that they're going to come in and they're going to do it. Well, not even come in and do it. It's the people that were already here.
All right.
$30. Let's go.
He's not happy about it, but he's doing it.
No.
And then you got Doctor's Day 28.
We can do that.
Yes.
He's so fancy. Look at him. He's a fancy boy. I want to get that framed and put above a mantle. DM Brown, congratulations. 28.
There we go.
And we're getting down towards the end here, guys. We have probably a solid 25 to 30 pins left to show.
Nice.
So we're doing good.
That's awesome.
No, like I said, keep plugging away. You guys just have us run everything. It makes it a lot easier.
Congrats, McBrenna. Good grab on that.
Okay. Ooh. It is the Lion King Happily Ever After, the double whoosher. And that is at 50.
Is there a Figment design that they've never made that you would want to have?
Yes. Mason actually asked me this because somebody went and said, if you guys didn't know this, and I'm saying this right now, if we do get the Walt Disney World, if we do get the event, I'm telling you right now, I'm going for the design a pin because I have an idea, and I'm not going to say it, but there is a design that I want for Figment that I'm going for the design a pin, and I'm getting it.
30 for the last Figment.
We do 30 on the last Figment. I saw 45 on that, so we'll do 30.
Okay. That one is running.
Say it in the mod chat. I'm not saying it anywhere because I've
It's
had
not safe.
I've had this idea for this pin, and I don't want it to be spoken into existence by Disney. And I want to be the one to actually put my stamp on it.
Jules MK, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guide pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. There's a design where I'm just like
45?
45. Yeah, 45 on the. Can you talk about Pin HQ, Pink a la Mode, etc. pins? They are authentic Disney pins. So those are all authentic Disney pins when you're talking about like Pink a la Mode, the Pin HQ pins, the GoPin Pro pins. They are all authentic
So cool.
Disney pins.
Congrats.
They could be traded in the parks.
Yep.
I
In
would.
most cases, you wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't suggest trading those in the parks.
Because they're usually a lower limited edition size, so I wouldn't trade them in the parks.
Glows. Oh, it's her necklace.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Her necklace and Halloween glow. That's kind of cool. 25 on that.
Ariel.
28 for Ariel. We can do that.
Yes.
And that's 25. That's an Ellie of 1,000 on the Ursula. Like I said, we're at that point where we're down to about. Oh wow! I didn't even realize I put that pin in this show.
Which one? Oh.
Nobody pulled those. Wow!
Ratsofolio.
I put good prices on those. That's shocking to me.
How does the design pin work?
You're basically doing an auction, but it's like everybody can see who's winning. I feel like
It would be like, we don't want this guy to win.
I feel like I need like to someone. It'd have to be like R. Simons. R. Simons, and they'll be like R. Simons. I'm like, I'm Richard Summers, and they'll be like, oh, you must have just it was scribbled. Ursula for 18. We can do that.
Baby.
The Lion King pin trading night literally ran about maybe.
Yeah, it just sold.
It sold like what,
a few
5 minutes
left.
ago.
Yeah.
But we're doing good. We're down to that point of like thing. And that duckling pin that you're talking about is coming up.
Congrats, Jen.
Has Lizzie drawn the pin for you? No.
I don't even know what it is. He's never that must be a friend conversation.
It's
that
not
he
a
had with
it's not
Mason,
so much a friend
'cause I've
conversation.
never heard of
I
anything.
the idea I have, it's from the original ride. They've never actually used it, and I'm surprised they've never used it. DVC Alani, you had to actually go to Alani. Any Jasmine, way too much.
This is the next giveaway. Get in on the giveaway. I have a Stitch Sun Catcher. Richard's going to show it to you.
Stitch Suncatcher.
So you can paint your own Stitch.
That's the giveaway right now.
That's up and running.
Ooh, limited edition of 400, the Skeleton Dance. One of the most popular shorts of all time. 10th anniversary of trading. This is Haunted Mansion. That is a limited edition of 1,000, and it's at 35. Limited edition of 400, the Duck.
He's so sad.
Ugly Duckling. He's sad because he's not a swan, Julie.
He's pretty.
That's an LE 400. He's at 35.
Done for 25?
I can do that.
Yes.
25.
Haunted Mansion for 25. We'll run it right after this.
Well, yes.
Wow, that is a big pin. Yeah, I don't think the person that I work with, I don't think they even knew half the stuff that they really had. When she says, "Yeah, I got Beauty and the Beast pins. I'm probably gonna give them to you because my roof like basically went down," and then she's like, "Oh, here's a WDI cluster."
How much is the one with Jafar? They're asking.
Which one? Oh, the one with Jafar.
Let's do the-
I had it $100 with the discount. We were running it $90. Or if you want to make a fair offer on it, let me know. Ursula, the First Day of Summer, limited edition of 2,000. That is $20. Pecos Bill. I think it's Pecos Bill, right?
Oh.
Julie's like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Limited release. I think it's
don't
Pecos
watch
Bill.
the shorts like you do, so I don't know.
I know this is Bongo. Limited edition of 400. He's at 25 for Bongo the Bear. Are you running any Sorcerer tonight? We had Sorcerer Mickey that we had already run today. 85. I could do 85. That's a fair offer.
Give me a Y. Give me an E. Give me an
LE 250. Let's go. How long have you
It's not
been?
one pin, it's 4 pins.
Okay, Julie.
Yes.
Liz just asked, how long have you been collecting? Liz, have you seen the Figment board? That's a question I gotta.
Through the last bits before you go. So
I'm gonna go to the board. I'm gonna do a field trip. This is literally all we have left.
Congrats, my
Oh. Field trip. So we'll do that. Oh, I did say 25 on that. Let's do that. Then we'll do a field trip. You guys have never seen the Figment board before. I will show you the Figment board coming up after this one. Can you also show Fancy? Where is
Fancy? I think is with Evelyn. You can show.
I'm gonna show Thor. Holy moly,
You
man!
just spotted Thor. I think Fancy's laying with Evelyn in her room. 15 for Pecos.
If you are in search of something, we will definitely help you look for it. 15 for Pecos, yeah, we'll run that, and then we'll go look. Thor is chilling on the couch upside down, and so he is adorable, and I need to show you him.
Corey Joe, congrats.
Congratulations. Okay. So I have my Hong Kong pickup just messaged me. So Disney thought they'd be tricky and release a Hong Kong Figment pin. So they thought they'd be really tricky and do that. So I have it coming.
Look at him. Oh, he's just a baby.
He's an upside down boy.
He's so cute.
He is living the life right now.
He's passed out. Oh, good boy. Stretch. Gotta sleep like that, Laura.
Oh, such a good boy.
TW Penguin, congrats, you got that giveaway.
That was a big stretch.
Aw.
So
Since you're doing a field trip, I'll put a giveaway
put
up.
another giveaway up. Okay,
Now go
so
back to
here we go. Are from the game, the really hard ones. Okay, so I have my Hong Kong person. I'm gonna have to look at that because that's gonna be interesting. So we moved down here it's getting to be about 7 years now since we moved down here. Took me 4.5 years to get complete. I moved down here with about 30 Figment pins when we moved down in 2018. So I basically made this decision that I was going to get every Figment pin ever. And I have every Figment pin ever created by Disney. I probably have a whole bunch of Jasmines you want. We bought an Aladdin collection. Where's the profile? There's the profile. Yeah, we have a ton of right now of. Where's the new? Oh, that's the new one. That was the one that just came out. The Epcot retro one. I have certain ones that I would say I probably like more than others. I love this Dreamfinder stained glass. I mean, there's a ton of them. There's fantasy pins in here also. Whole bunch of the different series. I do have them together. There's Stitch. I love that series. Them all dressed up like Dreamfinder. But yeah, this took way too much time and effort. Fancy? Where did you come from? Fancy. Fancy.
Fancy.
Hey, where'd you come from?
Oh,
No.
did you want some screen time? Fancy. You so silly girl. Say hi. Oh, she's purring.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
She's happy.
Look at her. Who's the best? Huh? Oh my god. Can you hear her purring?
I can hear her purring. So,
Who's it a babe?
yeah, just ton of everyone would bid on Fancy. Whole bunch of the jumbos in the middle there, but yeah, it took about 4.5 years to kind of fully get to complete, and I just added a whole bunch of. I just filled this in because we emptied it a little bit, but I just filled this in. This is when the new pins come in. They go up on the hallway wall here. That's the whole wall there. But yeah, whole bunch of new stuff came in, and then like I was showing at the beginning of the show, if you guys missed it, this gigantic box. That's all a pin collection that came in. So we got a whole bunch of stuff coming down the pipeline. Almost all that stuff will be. It is a big box. There's a lot of pins in there, and then we have more coming tomorrow. Probably about the same amount.
We had someone hit fragment
Right around the fragment here.
So if you hit the fragment tier, make sure you hit that little circle that's up at the top. There's a coupon in there for you to redeem.
I might have sold the one you're talking about. The Jasmine, the pop art one. We just sold that one. If that's the one you're talking about. You had it on TikTok.
With Jafar.
I mean that one I had on. I don't know if I had that on TikTok. Okay, I'm going to do last call. So last call on please speak now or forever hold your peace.
45 seconds to get in on the giveaway before it
Dancing
runs.
Skeletons and Ursula. Last call. Last call. The WDI cluster and Russell. We got limited release. The Farewell to Illuminations with Mickey. That's $50. We have the pass holder exclusive limited edition with Figment. Ellie of 2000. That is $60. Bonkers limited edition of 4000. The arcade game. That is $25. Ursula. Disney Auctions, LE of 250. She is at 75.
Jess Goblin, congrats, you got the giveaway.
Limited edition of 1000. Ursula, Disney Auctions, $60. Limited edition of 4000. Aladdin, Jasmine, and Genie, Kingdom Council, $30. Limited release, Mickey, $25. Decade Series, limited edition of 1000. Frozen, $35 on Olaf. $25 on the, what's it called? The Food and Wine limited release. Mickey for 18. Okay, we'll do that.
Well, yes.
And then 25 on Aladdin. We'll run that right after. Olaf for 30. We'll run that
Yes.
after Aladdin. Deb, congratulations. 25 on the Kingdom Council. And then we'll run Olaf, and then I have 2 more pins to show. But like I said, the Jasmine stuff and the Belle stuff, I haven't been loading a ton of it into shows. You're gonna get like a Ursula, you'll get like 2 to 3 pins, 4 pins. Same thing with Belle.
Congrats, McBrenna.
Congrats, and then 30 on Olaf. And then Sunday we have all new pins.
Yes. Are you going to post it on Saturday?
I will be posting that on Saturday night at 8 p.m.
It'll be on Facebook and it'll be on
Instagram. So the pins will be posted at 8 p.m. on Saturday for you to start pulling for Sunday. The Walt Disney Family Museum. Walt loved his trains. Walt on his own personal train at home.
Oh.
$35 on that.
For 18?
We can do that.
Yes.
Mini for 18. That one is Bonkers. If you remember what Bonkers is. Does Julie remember what Bonkers is?
I mean, I remember that's his name, but I don't know if I ever watched Bonkers.
Train for 27? We can do that.
Yes.
Oh, Fancy, you're a good girl. Just chilling right next to us. Jen, congrats. I'm going to show this one. It is I love this series. It's a stove. There's the cookie sheet. 25 on Grumpy. I'm going to put that there, and then we're going to go ahead.
That was 27.
27 on that one. 20 on Bonkers.
Yes.
We'll run that next.
27 for the train. I mean, we've got plenty of Beauty and the Beast. He's done showing you this. He could start.
I can.
It's up to him.
I'll show you a couple of Beauty and the Beast. After we clear this out.
Well, Emily, congratulations.
And if you want me to run it, I'll honor the same 10% discount. But I'm not going to go crazy on it because I've never shown them before.
Yeah. Whenever we show that doesn't sell, it will be shown again, so you will see it again.
And then Bonkers.
'Cause we
Do
want
we?
other people to see it too. 20, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
But then last call on the stuff that's up there. $15 on Grumpy? Sure.
Yes!
Miley's collection, which pin are you referring to? Congratulations, Thor G.
There you go. 15 on Grumpy.
There we go. The Jasmine one.
She said something about on TikTok. I have
I'm
no.
not sure which
I
one.
can't even remember which one or what it is or.
Did we show it tonight?
Facebook, it's under Richard Summers. Like
You're gonna go to Pin Trading Disney.
Pin
though.
Trading
Okay.
Disney is the group. Yeah.
Congrats, Albadel.
There we go. Last call on Ursula.
Yeah, I'm not sure which Jasmine pin it was either because he posts so frequently now on Instagram and TikTok that.
And last call on the Illuminations. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'll show a couple of things here for Beauty and the Beast. I do in that box, Beauty and the Beast. It is the
Hello.
game console. It's at 30.
Run, please.
So that would be 27. I'll show you a little bit of the Beauty and the Beast. Like I won't go crazy, but I'll show you some stuff. There's a whole bunch of just all kinds of things.
I had a very nice birthday. Thank you for asking. It was a great day.
We had a great day, good time.
It was a nice weekend, yeah.
Mhm. Good
Congrats,
time. We had a
Nancy
good time
Tucker.
on Monday, even though we saw a terrible movie.
I still had fun though.
Still had a good time. Let's see. We got, oh my God, that's adorable. Shanghai Disneyland. Why is that so cute?
Oh, hey, yeah. These are not adorbs though. These
No.
are cuties, I believe they're called.
They called them cuties. They're from
Yeah,
Shanghai.
they are really cute.
Grand Floridian with Beauty and the Beast. That's 25.
We saw an unseen movie, so basically we went in knowing it was a surprise. We only
Limited edition
knew,
400.
only knew that it was a rated R movie, and those are glowing pins, by the way.
Oh, they glow?
The night ones glow.
Wow, I didn't know that. Now I
Yes.
need to glow it.
So their star and moon are glowing.
Like I said, guys, I'm doing a 10% discount on these. I've never shown these before. These are going to be in a show coming down the pipeline that people can select these. I'll do the 10% discount. I'm just showing, because we're all done showing everything else. Belle with her winter shawl. Disneyland Paris, that's 35.
But the surprise movie ended up being called On Swift Horses.
Yes.
Which, I don't know, I don't recommend.
Tokyo Disneyland, Beauty and the Beast.
Amelia, run the bell with the shawl? Question mark?
Question mark?
Yes.
So that would be 31.
There we go.
Yeah, like I said, I don't mind showing you guys some of this because congrats, Amelia. Limited edition of 2025. Join me. Heroes versus Villains. Disneyland Paris. Belle, 35. Limited release. The Guitar Series, Mrs. Potts. And Lumiere, 25.
Run the Grand Floridian.
That'd be 22.
There we go. Run guitar next.
We'll run the guitar next. The bell we just showed, the 35, we'll run that right after that. There's a lot of bell here. there's a lot more than what I.
We're already gonna run the bell of the guitar at a 10% discount because
Yep.
they said to run.
Yeah, we're not running anything more than the 10% discount because normally I would just put these in the show and you would select it. People would select it at the 10% discount. So
this one's 22, correct?
22 on that, yeah. So if you want us to run it at the 10% discount, yes. If not, it goes back in the bucket and it's going to show up in a show. I mean, with the amount of bell pins I have, probably in about 3 months.
There's so many.
There's so many.
We want to help her though, but we also don't want to like clog up the shows with only Belle. That was kind of like a nice old lady. She had so many Alice's. And
yes.
We have to strategically place those two. Congrats, Deb. That one's 31. Thank you, B. Cassandra. That's very nice.
It was on the TikTok of some of what we traded for at our pin event. That stuff is long gone.
Yeah, those are probably.
Yeah, that's from March. That stuff is, sorry. Millie, that stuff, we sell it in the show directly after the pin events. So, like on May 17th, we're running a show. On the 18th, we're going to sell everything on that. Here,
Maria.
You ready for a good one, Jules?
Yes.
Limited edition of 3,000. Our love is as old as time. The Love Letter series. It's at 50. Run it. That was the quickest run it.
45?
45 on it.
There we go.
There's some of this stuff. We've seen some of this here and there, but like some of this stuff is just like they're gorgeous. Oh, I didn't know that was a whoosher. That's cool.
17th will be my first event. Any advice on what to expect?
It's going to be busy.
Congrats, TM Brown.
Congrats, TM Brown. It's going to be busy. Expect that.
But you can come and go as you please.
Yeah, it's free, so you don't have to get a hand stamp or anything like that, or a bracelet. You just come in, go as you kind of. If you're feeling a little, like if it's busy. Whoosher limited edition of 700.
Yeah, Red Binder guy had this.
35.
Yeah, and it was in plastic.
I didn't know it even moved. This one's also a whoosher because Maurice slides under there.
Yes.
He's at 25. That's a good price on that. I can tell.
The Beast pin at the top.
Yeah, we can run that 22 on that. That one. We did not get D23 tickets.
No, sad trombone. We didn't. We tried. Richard was only 1 minute away from entering.
It said under a minute, and then it bounced me back up to 6th spot in line. And I was like, oh man,
and then it sold out.
We ain't getting in.
All right, run Maurice.
Maurice is gonna be 22.
22, and Sam Fry, you got the last one.
Did you ever get your eBay pin? No, I just put in a thing for that.
Run Bell on the horse.
We'll run that after this. I put in a claim for that because you can put in a claim if they haven't sent it after a certain amount of time, and then it's on them where you can still leave a nasty review.
Congrats, Ruthie.
And then get your money back a little bit quicker because I don't think they're ever going to send it.
Right. All right, $31 start. There we go. No Club Penguin, Miko and Percy, no, because right now we're actually done showing everything that we had planned for the show. It was requested to show some of the Beauty and the Beast.
I have a Beauty and Beast collection right now.
We're just kind of showing it to you. And we'll take just 10% off if you want something run.
Shopping Ruthie, congratulations. Limited edition of 300, the Curse of Cutie chip. He is at 125. I'll put him up there.
Fairy Tale Moments.
Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast, 35 from Tokyo Disneyland. Disneyland Paris, Cogsworth, he is at 30.
Melissa, it's going to be for July of 2026. So we are planning on doing that. there was enough interest in vendors, and that was the important thing. We
Mhm.
needed to make sure we had enough vendors.
Yeah, so we will be doing a pin event in
And
Cleveland,
we'll announce when we have all the details for it.
and then we'll start selling tables.
Yeah.
So you'll have time.
All right,
Run that.
this one.
Well, so we'll run this first.
Yeah, you're
So
picking it.
$18, and then somebody said run the Tokyo Disneyland. So we'll run that next.
But yeah, so it is a go. We are going to do it. We just have to finish the process of setting it all up
Mhm.
and picking the day and all that stuff. But currently, they said that they had availability for that entire month. So we basically just need to
We should be good.
set the date.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Maria. We're excited because that's our home state. So it is exciting to go back, and
So 35.
Yeah.
We're gonna run that at 31.
it will be run Cogsworth.
We'll run that right after this.
It will be in North Olmsted, Ohio, because
The Great Northern Mall.
Yes, Great Northern Mall.
So it's actually going to be in a mall. So if you guys have ever gone to like the mall and there's been like those card shows or Pokemon card shows
Congrats,
where all
Maria.
the tables are set up like that, I mean, there's enough interest, Mason.
Yeah, it's
So
gonna happen.
we're pretty much it's 100% going to happen.
I just have to finalize everything with the person I was talking to.
And it's going to be 27 on Cogsworth. Who goes to the mall anymore?
I think that the Great Northern Mall is still a pretty nice mall.
But this is the thing: if nobody goes to the mall, then we'll have the mall to ourselves to do a pin event. And I think we're gonna start with probably 60 tables, 50 to 60,
Yeah.
and fill those up first, and then see if we can go a little bit bigger.
Auntie Cupcake, congrats.
Congrats on that one.
It will just be one day, yes. So it'll be on a Saturday.
hmm
They want us to do more. They even said, will you do like a 2 or 3 day event? And I was like, I just don't have it in me.
Yeah.
So
Julie was like, "That's a hard pass."
one day's good.
LE 400. He's got a Santa hat on, Julie. Request to be on a table next to Sabaros. I mean, possibly.
And that is the good news. There is a food court.
There's a food
there,
court
easy
kind of
access
right
to
by
food.
where we're gonna be. So,
Yep,
yeah.
that was your
Oh, that's the
box.
princess box of stuff that I got in. Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Hong Kong Disneyland Lumiere. He is in a teacup. He's adorable, and he's $20. The pop-up book series, which we did not have today.
Someone was asking.
Yeah,
This is what they were asking.
it was in. So 50 is what I have on that.
Run the book.
So we'll run Lumiere first, and then we'll run the book next.
What's his price?
Lumiere is gonna be $18. You put a good price on that one. She had some really beautiful, what are they called? The foreign pins.
Congrats, Pack. Yeah, she had a lot of really nice ones. And this one's 45.
45. Thank you for everyone sticking around for a Beauty and the Beast show.
We're just winging it at this point.
I mean, I'm just showing what I'm showing, man.
Yeah. But don't forget to
Yeah,
come
but congratulations.
Come back on Sunday.
Sunday
We're
is
gonna have
all
the
new,
pins.
everything.
You can get to a sneak peek of it tomorrow night.
Hong Kong
Instagram.
Disneyland. That is the mirror with the
beautiful
dangle.
that
It's got a rose at the bottom there.
And I think it's got gems.
22. We'll run
Run the
that.
mirror. 22. There we go.
Yeah, there's a.
I don't think that there's Jasmine book because this is just mostly Belle and Beauty and the Beast. Congratulations, Auntie Cupcake, and you just got Figment or Fragment here.
Fragments here. Get your coupon if you're gonna do anything else. But even so, if you don't buy anything and you clip your coupon, it's still gonna be sitting there for you. Look at that, LeFou and his arm moves. I didn't even know that. I just touched his arm.
Too.
Oh, his arm.
Gaston's moves too.
Look at my stuff.
Isn't it neat?
Look at my things. 25.
Yeah.
Ellie of 5,000 Mother's Day chip and thing that is $20. Chip and Mrs. Potts.
Run Mother's Day.
Got that? So that's 18. We'll run that at. Yeah, that's a double whoosher, double mover.
Run Gaston next. Okay.
Run that next.
Scott's not feeling so great, so I think he's kind of taking the time off. Yeah, keep him in our thoughts because he's gonna be having surgery coming up. So keep Scott in your thoughts.
Albedell, congrats. We had the other one earlier, Julie. I forgot there was this one too.
Uh-oh, what is it?
This is a different letter.
Oh, yes.
Beauty and the Beast. Limited edition of 2,000, and that is $50.
Oh, yeah. Run the Gaston wreath you showed earlier in the show. But I think they wanted you to run Gaston up here first.
Oh, yes.
So
we did say we were going to do that.
Requested.
We'll run the letter after this, and then I'll look for the wreath.
22. All right, that one's going. I'll pull up one last giveaway for you guys tonight. I have some really cute Mickey Mouse socks.
Ooh, those are cool.
So those are up and running.
Those are cool. Mickey Mouse socks. Capo, congratulations.
Because I'm going to say we're stopping at 9:30.
At the latest.
Hard stop.
We might be stopping before that, but we'll keep showing for a little bit here.
On, then there's a hard
yeah,
stop.
those are really cute socks. So it's going to be 45 on the letter.
And that one's going.
I wish I didn't have to work tomorrow.
I'm going to be packaging up tomorrow, so.
Yes, you will.
Yes.
Congratulations, Moxie Girl. The Gaston Holiday Wreath. This is a limited edition of 400. It'd be a $54 start.
Okay, there he goes.
There's a whole bunch of like Beauty and the Beast goodies in here.
Mm-hmm. Taylor, congratulations. Studley guy coming your way.
The Belle, that is a Disneyland Paris 55. She's got the book. I'm surprised she didn't keep that because she was keeping Belle with books.
Oh, okay.
That was like what she was, her big thing.
Run it, they said.
You can do that. 55, so that would be 49.
Well, she did have some pins that were duplicates, so maybe she does still have this pin at home.
Any Tangled? Well, we had Tangled and we did have Figment. I got a Figment that nobody has to be run. That guy.
That's Taylor.
Taylor. LE 2000 Illuminations. I had it at 60. We were running it at a discount, which would have been 54 with 10% off. If you want to make an offer, throw an offer out. Paris. Belle and Beast, 35.
Run.
Christmas Paris, Cogsworth, $30. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Okay, we'll run 35, so that'll be 31.
Run Cogsworth next.
We'll run Cogsworth next.
Sounds good.
There's just a whole bunch of randomness in here, but it's...
There's that one pin
Ooh.
that's on the side, and we should grab that one.
Which one?
So Colio,
this one?
You just hit
you talking about that one?
Here. Yeah.
Okay.
It's really cute. You have to open it up, but it's really cute.
There we go. Cogsworth is going to be 27. And I'll just pop this up in the corner here. Hey, look, it's Lumiere with the Christmas hat.
There you go. All right. Cogsworth is running.
That's really nice.
You have to open it. It's a macaron. Did you hear me? We'll run Lumiere next. All right, Auntie Cupcake, congrats. Grab Lumiere next.
We're going to have to get off here soon. Someone's asking if we can talk on the phone.
If we can talk on the phone?
Yeah.
scary. All right, so this is 27. There we go.
Are they saying to run the macaroon? We haven't even seen it yet.
Yeah, they are. Maybe they already know what it is.
I didn't do it. We didn't do anything. But now that we all know that we have Disneyland tickets, I wonder if there's gears a churning.
Antique Cupcake, congratulations. You guys have 45 seconds to get in on the giveaway for the Mickey Mouse socks.
So it's an LE700 and it's
Turn it
$40.
sideways. It is literally got.
It's got the
rubber.
macaroon.
It's like rubberized.
It is, yeah.
To make it like a
So that's 40. So it'd be 36 if you want it run. I know they were already saying run it, but I just want to verify. And I'm going to show one more pin, and then we'll do last call.
All right, you said 36?
36 on that, yeah. LE700.
I just think that one's so cute.
And we got 10 seconds left on the giveaway, which will actually work out perfectly because giveaway's ending.
Congrats,
Moxie Girl. And then limited edition of 1500.
Corey Joe, congrats, you got the giveaway.
The Shield.
Run it.
LE 1500. She's reading the book. I'm surprised like those ones she got rid of. That would be 40.
Right. All right, that one's going.
Shield is running. Last call for anything up top. I'll do one last kind of show you, and I'll put it back in to her bucket.
Joe got these socks. And if you miss out on it tonight, we're going to re-show the ones that are here because we don't want other people to not see it. All right, Crystal, congratulations.
Congrats.
New one. Crystal Spallone, thank you so much for your first purchase with Figment Guy pins.
Welcome to the Figment family. Can you run the pin trading night? Yep, I got it right in my hand. Well, which one?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to do last call. Is it the bell that you want run?
Bell.
Okay. Bell will be 45.
5. There you go.
And then last call on these ones, the Beast last call, the Tokyo last call, and the Chip last call.
Congratulations, Ruthie.
Shopping Ruthie, congrats. Okay. Like I said, we didn't even show you guys bought almost everything I showed you, except for like 4 of them. So there's a ton still to go.
And I still have way more to price.
And I didn't show this one.
Beautiful.
So.
Oh, you're welcome, Ruthie.
Julie, say goodbye to everybody.
Hi, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We had a good night.
Very good night. Thank you so much.
Had a fun night, too. We'll be on Easter Sunday. Even though it's Easter, we're still going to be here 12 o'clock. We've got, like, he could pan over and show you. Like, it's already set up. The show's ready.
Show's already set up. The pins are already separated in the buckets. That's what we're going to show you. So we're ready to go.
Those pictures will be live Saturday, he said, at 8 p.m.
Yep.
So on the Figment Guy Instagram, it'll be in his stories, or it'll be on Facebook on the Pin Trading group.
Pin Trading Disney, or on
under Richard Summers
Figment Guy
group. So keep an eye out for that. You'll be able to pick things first. So if you have plans and you want things run first so you can have your dinner, good to go.
Okay, bye guys. Everyone have a great night.
See you on Sunday, hopefully. And if
Bye.
not,